Suleiman the Magnificent. This is against the Safavids, right? Okay.
Okay.
So he was asked whether it's allowed to fight against them, the Safavid Empire. Okay. Right. This is Shaykh al-Islam being asked the question. If the Ottomans at the time, okay.
Is that what you're reading?
Yeah.
Is that what it
I
says?
think so. وكيف يجوز قتالهم وهم يقولون لا إله إلا الله. Okay. How is it allowed to fight them when they say La ilaha illallah? And then it says قد جاب
فأجاب maybe?
فأجاب maybe. Okay. إن قتالهم جهاد أكبر. That's what he's saying about the Safavids. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
والمقتول منا في المعركة شهيد. Okay. Then those who die from us are shaheed. وأنهم باغون. They are بالخروج عن ملتي.
I don't think that's
عن ملتي.
عن طاعة الإمام وكافرون من وجوه and they are disbelievers. He's talking about the Safavids. Okay. من وجوه كثيرة. Okay. فيهم خارجون عن الثلاث وسبعين فرقة. They are not part of the 73 sects. Okay. من الفرق الإسلامية, from the Islamic sects. لأنهم اخترعوا كفرا. They have adopted kufr. Because they have adopted kufr. وضلالا مركبا. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
من أهواء. I don't know this word.
Okay. I can't see it.
من أهل فسق. Maybe fisk.
If you send it to my phone, I can help you with that.
Okay, the text is very unfortunately. Okay.
That's fine.
Then subhanallah, what is this word?
It's fine. So let's just set the context. The context is that these Ottomans were fighting the Safavids and they're making a fatwa to fight them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a political interest there. Okay, Zishan, if you don't mind.
Here is something very interesting. One second. We can go to the part where he claims ijma of the ummah. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. Let's see if there is really ijma or not.
Well,
ijma is not actually ijma, by the way.
No, but he's claiming ijma.
Anyone can claim ijma. People claim ijma all the time. All the scholars, many scholars claim ijma. Doesn't mean there is one.
He's talking about the takfir of the shaykhain. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, one second. I just want to get to that part where he discusses the ijma of the ummah. Okay.
Okay.
And he mentions
no,
the authority.
If you don't just read it, because if you might lose something if you don't read.
Oh, here. Yeah. It says ijma ulama al-amsar. Okay, ulama al-amsar ala ibaha qatlihim. Okay, this is what he's saying. Okay, this is a historic fatwa. وإن من شك في كفرهم كان كافرا. Anyone who doubts their kufr is a kafir. فعند الإمام الأعظم, which is Imam Abu Hanifa, وسفيان الثوري والأوزاعي. Okay, so this is وإذا تابوا. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's much better. Yeah.
ورجعوا عن كفرهم إلى الإسلام. Okay, so this is a historic fatwa. We don't endorse it. We are not saying this is what we believe or what should be done today. We're not saying that. This is a historic fatwa. The only reason for academic reasons.
Because one of the things that I mentioned there, what do you call it, Adnan, is also that he said that because they actually they transgressed against us. So clearly these guys had done something there. But I want you to look at one thing. It's going to be
no. Wait.
He said that or something like that, isn't he? But
he makes the takfir. Yeah.
Just one second. This will take 2 minutes. I want you to listen to this. You're obviously a Salafi, right? And you believe in, you respect Sheikh Al-Albani, Nasr al-Din Al-Albani. I want you to just listen to this. Please listen to this fatwa. It's in Arabic. As he's speaking, pause it and I'll translate it, right?
Okay, no problem. We'll listen to it.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Wait, can you pause it?
إذا كنت ممن يصعب عليه الوصول
Can you
إلى
pause it for a
إجابة
second? Can you
Yes,
pause it?
Adnan.
I just want people to understand what we did there. This was an academic exercise. We
Yeah,
only
yeah,
read
of
it.
course, of
Well,
course.
wait. We only read it for information purposes. The only
Yes.
reason I put up that quote is to highlight the point that when Brother Hijab claimed that it's a fringe minority extreme position, I am on,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
only
part of
the
the fringe.
it's only one Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab.
No, I didn't say it's only one. I said it's fringe. So that is part of the fringe opinion.
No, this is not. This is Shaykh al-Islam of the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, sure.
Who
That's
wrote this?
because
This is
they
not
had a war
fringe.
going on
This
with
is
the Safavids.
this
They
is
had a clear
anything. This
political
is
motivation.
anything but fringe. This is at the peak of the Ottoman Empire.
Sure.
The peak.
Okay. But
The
you're
peak
saying you
of the
don't
power
agree
of
with
Sultan Suleiman.
you don't agree with his conclusions anyway, because it was doing takfir tasalsuli, etc. But let's go listen to this Albani what he says, please, and I'll translate it.
مسألة هل الشيعة كفار أم لا؟ استمع لهذا المقطع لفضيلة الشيخ محمد ناصر الدين الألباني في رده على سؤال يقول
So this man is saying the question going to be asked is, are the Shia kuffar or not? And this guy here is saying that listen to the answer of Sheikh Nasr al-Din al-Albani. Anyone Salafi knows who he is. So let's see what he has to say.
من أهلنا وعشيرتنا يعني ممن حولنا من أهل بلدنا ممن يأتون ببعض الأفعال من تقبيل أو استغاثة أو غير ذلك بالمقبورين
So he's
والصالحين.
talking about like some of the practices that some Shias do, like istighatha, etc., etc. And so
And
he's
going to their graves and doing shirk on the graves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So keep going.
فهل نطلق عليه أنه كفر عملي؟
لا أستطيع أن أعطي قاعدة عامة.
Pause. So Al-Nasr al-Din al-Albani is saying you cannot make a general rule. So this is what he's saying about the Shias. He says you cannot make a... Wait, he said, let's just listen to the whole thing. I'm just translating it. Then we can say what we want afterwards. But he's saying we cannot make a general rule about them. So go ahead.
أستطيع أن أعطي قاعدة عامة. قد يكون من هذا وقد يكون من هذا. قد يكون كفرا اعتقاديا وقد يكون كفرا عمليا.
He said it could be that this is a sort of amali kufr, or it could be that it's a dini kufr, which means that it could be a religious type of kufr, or it could be a kufr that does not take someone out of the religion. So continue.
أنا أقول شيء قد يكون غريبا. أنا لا
He says, I'm going to say something which you might find strange. Keep going.
أتجرأ على القول بتكفير الشيعة.
He says, I do not have the boldness to say that the Shia are kuffar. Pause that. That's Albani. So Muhammad the Deviant, hijab, no problem.
Let it go.
Please, Adnan Rashid, I beg you, please. We let you listen to the whole of your fatwa of Shaykh al-Islam al-Afandi, who was fighting the Safavids.
Yeah, but let this one finish.
Please. Let's just listen to Nasr al-Din. It's not my words. I'm just everyone.
Yeah, so let his clip finish. Let his clip finish. Yes.
No. It's fine. I'm just translating it. Go ahead.
Yes.
قوم يسمونهم بالرافضة.
They're called Rafida.
إلا إذا عرفنا عقيدة كل واحد منهم.
He said, unless we know the aqidah of every single one of them. Keep going.
مثلا خميني.
For example, Khomeini.
عقيدته.
So we know Khomeini's, Albani is saying, we know Khomeini's aqidah. He's made it public. Keep going.
بما سماه بإيش؟ الحكومة الإسلامية.
He says that we know it because of the book that he wrote.
هذا كفر بلا شك يعني.
He says there's no doubt that this is kufr. So he's talking about.
مش ضروري.
Yeah.
يتصور كل عالم شيعي هو يحمل الناس بالفكرة هذه. فأقول.
Albani is saying he's not even talking about the Ammi. He's not even talking about layman. He's saying not even every scholar of the Shia has the same judgment as Al-Khomeini. Keep going.
Yes. من كان يحمل هذه الفكرة؟ من كان يعتقد أن هذا القرآن الذي بين أيدينا هو ربع القرآن الحقيقي اللي هو في.
He says whoever believes in this, whoever believes that, for example, the Quran that we have in front of us or with us
is 1/4.
Is one quarter of the actual Quran.
Yeah.
Okay?
مصحف فاطمة لا شك في كفر من يقول هذا.
He says there's no doubt that person has committed kufr.
قول الشيعة كفار لأنه كثير منهم أو لأنه كتابهم الكافي يقول كذا وكذا. هذا.
He says you cannot say that the Shia kuffar because their book says that and that.
غير كافي.
He says that's not enough. It's not sufficient.
تعميم إطلاق لفظة كفر على الشيعة وعلى الرافضة.
He says you can't. He says you cannot just say that the Shia are kuffar. And he said the Rafid are kuffar. You cannot just say that. لأنه keep going.
لأنه هنا في سببين مانعين من هذا الإطلاق.
He says there's two things preventing that from being the case. Keep going.
الأول أننا لا نستطيع أن نقول كل عالم شيعي يحمل هذه العقيدة
Number
المكفرة.
one, we cannot be sure that every scholar that's a Shiite has this excommunicatable belief. Keep going. Yeah.
ثانيا ينبغي أن نتحقق الشرط الثاني وهو إقامة الحجة.
Okay, they said that the second thing we have to make sure of is إقامة الحجة, or establishing the evidences.
فهذا وهذا مفقود يكفينا إذن أن نقول هؤلاء ضالون.
Okay, so of course, if he's saying that if these conditions are not there, then it's sufficient for us to say that these people are deviants, meaning he's not making takfir of them. Now, you might think that's a lone opinion of Sheikh Al-Albani, but let me give you another one, because the reason why I'm bringing this...
I acknowledge this view exists, absolutely. I'm saying this is a minority view among the ulama. That's what I'm claiming. I'm claiming this is a minority view, which I completely respect and acknowledge.
I completely respect it.
No, this is
said he's potentially kafir.
This is a minority view. If you let me present the evidence to the contrary.
So the fact is this, Adnan Rashid, I'm being honest to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way that it came across on Twitter, I made this statement, right? I made the statement that we cannot make takfir of the Shia. The same exact words that Albani mentioned, I mentioned. And this is a common trend, by the way. I say something because I'm Muhammad Hijab. Please let me finish what I'm saying.
Yes.
Because now it's my turn to defend myself. Right? You had your turn. I'll let you speak for a long time.
No, please do. Please finish. I don't want to stop you. Please.
No, sure. So what I mean is this. Look, the point is that when it came to me saying what Sheikh Nasruddin Al-Albani mentioned, and by the way, Ibn Uthaymeen had exactly the same view. I was going to show you that, but I don't want to.
And Sheikh Salih Al-Fawzan have the exact opposite view.
No, for Salah Al-Fawzan, we have to listen to what he says. Bring it and let's hear
it. Yeah, let's play that
clip. Let me finish. So Al-Albani says this, and Ibn Uthaymeen says this. These are Salafi, bona fide Salafi scholars accepted.
So is Sheikh Salih Al-Fawzan.
No, but hold on. The point is this: this is not the point. The response you gave,
hijab. That is the point. That there is disagreement. There is this ulama.
Habibi, let me just say this. You said Hamad Hijab is ignorant of this, and the other. Type. If I'm ignorant and I said these words, then Albani must be ignorant too. That's it. Simple as that. So is Albani ignorant?
Let me clarify. First of all, let me apologize for using that word. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't mean Muhammad Hijab is ignorant as a Muslim. No.
I appreciate
that. So he's potentially kafir.
Yeah. When you made that statement that this is a fringe, extreme, and minority opinion, you used three words. Let me quickly finish, please. Let me finish first. You used three words. This is a fringe, minority, and extreme view. This is what I have an issue with. I don't have an issue with the fact that there are ulama who hold this view just expressed by Sheikh Albani rahmatullah alayh. Let me finish. So the people understand. Hijab, people will not understand until I finish. Okay. My issue with the statement you made is that you claimed, okay, that this is a fringe, minority, and extreme. Extreme view.
It is extreme.
So I acknowledge, Hijab, that there is the other view. Some of my very close friends, our common friends, mashayikh, okay, who hold this view, okay, and I completely respect their view. I don't agree with them. I have different convictions based upon my research and study. Okay, I have very different convictions. Why do I have those convictions? I believe this is a minority view. I respect it.
Right,
I acknowledge it.
If you think it's minority, so what's the evidence?
I'm not denying the view. My problem is with that statement. Minority, extreme, fringe. Wait, it's not fringe. I'm saying what I'm claiming to the contrary. Let me explain, please. It's not a fringe view. It's not a minority view. It's not even extreme. It's not even extreme in Islamic theology.
Who says that? Who makes the claim
Okay.
That
So now for that,
give me a list of scholars that make the claim that every single Shia in the world,
okay, brilliant.
By the way, including the Zaydis, including all of them. The Awam answer we made takfir of every single one of them.
Okay, brilliant. Let's go to the statements of the ulama. Let's go. Let's put up those screenshots. Go on. Let's go to the.
Can you read them out,
the ones.
I can't see a thing.
Yeah. So we will read them, inshallah. I'll try my best to read them. My Arabic reading is weak. Okay, not this one. Where is that?
Well, it was good enough. You read.
No. The screenshots that were put up before Imam Ahmad, Imam Bukhari.
Stop trying to read, bro.
What we're looking for from them. Right, before
not this one. Al-Qawl bi kufrihim. Go down. Imam Malik. Look at this.
Hold on.
Okay.
Before we continue with it, sorry, hold on. We're looking
قال
for.
سمعت أبا عبد الله يقول.
Before you continue. Yeah. What we are looking for is these scholars. They're going to hopefully you're going to show me that they're going to be saying, right, that there's no Azr bil Jahl, that all of them are disbelievers without any exception. There's no Iqamat al-Hajj, right? So let's take a look at what you've got.
Yeah. Let's read, inshallah.
Let's read together.
Okay. Their statements are very categorical. Okay?
Sure.
Qala Malik. Okay. Whoever insults, okay, Ashab al-Nabi, laysa lahum ismun, they have no name. Or qala nasiban fil Islam, or they have nothing from Islam. Okay. Now keep going down. Okay.
So that would indicate that
they use this word.
So that's conditional.
They use this word.
They don't do it. So sorry. So this Malik's statement indicates that his view, right, is that if they do that they fall into it. But then if they don't do that, then it doesn't. And as we said, that some of them, you mentioned it, you agreed yourself, some Shiites don't do that.
Let's read the next. I mean, because the quicker we will read this, and the people will understand more what the ulama are saying. Okay,
sure.
Let's go down. Imam Ibn Kathir in the tafsir of this ayah, Muhammad Rasulullah walladhina ma'hu ashidda'u ala al-kuffar wa ruhama'u baynahum. For the tafsir of this ayah, he says, وَقَالَ مَنْ وَمِنْ هَذِهِ الْآيَةِ انتزع. Is it انتزع? الإمام مالك رحمه الله عليه في رواية عنه بتكفير الروافض الذين يبغضون الصحابة رضي الله عنهم قال لأنهم يغيظونهم ومن غاض الصحابة رضي الله عنهم فهو كافر لهذه الآية. Okay. Imam Malik, according to Ibn Kathir, he said, because of this ayah,
the one speaking here on this one?
Imam Malik. This is being by Ibn Kathir.
Fine, but this person is saying that if this person.
This is Ibn Kathir. This is Ibn Kathir saying this.
No, I understand, but what I'm saying to you, Adnan, is then there's a shart, there's a condition that in order for the person to be a disbeliever, they would have to have Iqamat al-Hujjah applied on them. And that
we'll come to Iqamat al-Hujjah. It's coming. The matter is coming.
Okay? So far, there's no mass takfir of Shia, but keep going.
No. Look, go back up. Imam Malik is saying anyone. No, Imam Malik is saying anyone.
Where's they saying all the Shia kuffar?
Wait. Imam Malik is saying anyone who has ghaid against the Sahaba is a kafir. Khalas.
Sure.
Let's go. Yeah.
No.
That's the point. That's the point I'm making.
Keep talking. Please don't keep talking over me because I don't like that. We're trying to learn from each other. So look, he didn't just say that, right? He says here, ومن هذه الآية, let me just read it here. من هذه الآية الإمام مالك رحمه الله. So انتزع الإمام مالك رحمه الله في رواية عنه بتكفير الروافض الذي يبغضون الصحابة. So these guys actually hate the key word here is the key word is that they hate the Sahaba, right? They hate them. So he's saying so then
the 12 verse do.
Hold on. So then there's no indication in that quotation whatsoever.
Keep going.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
So there's no indication that there's no Azr bil Jahl, and there's no indication that there's no Iqamat al-Hujjah. But keep going.
Okay, let me read it. ومن غاز الصحابة رضي الله عنهم. One person, whoever. Imam Malik is saying whoever. ومن غاز الصحابة. Whoever.
Sahaba is plural.
Whoever is
the Sahaba. They hate all the Sahaba, of course.
Which is angry. Or
that's standard position.
Insults the Sahaba. ومن غاز الصحابة رضي الله عنهم فهو كافر لهذه الآية. فهو
That's
كافر.
known.
He is
This
a kafir.
retard.
Whoever.
This
Whoever.
guy
So
is
it's a
so
gen-
dumb.
it's a general.
If they do that,
It's a general.
and there's
Yeah.
Iqamat al-Hujjah and there's Adhr bil-Jahl, sure.
Okay,
Keep
let's
going.
go.
According to
Keep
Malik,
going.
yeah, I accept that's Malik's
Okay.
opinion.
Let's go.
If
Imam
these
Ahmad.
conditions are met, then sure.
Imam Ahmad.
Yeah.
Okay. Ruwi.
This is about all the Sahaba as a category. If you hate them and insult them because they're Sahaba as a whole, then yes, that would make someone a kafir because of that ayah. That's standard. But that doesn't apply to the majority of Shia because they don't do a mass takfir of the Sahaba.
وعائشة قال ما أراه على الإسلام. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal. I do not see him upon Islam.
Yeah,
And
if he
other
does
than,
those things. So that's still conditional, though, isn't it?
yeah, okay, I agree. Now let's go.
Okay.
Conditional.
Good.
I agree with you, hijab. Conditional.
Okay.
Imam Ahmad is saying
So
whoever,
that's my point.
whoever
So it's
do,
not mass takfir then, is it? Imam Ahmad's not making mass
whoever
takfir.
does chatam,
He's
whoever
not saying
does
that,
chatam.
but he's not saying they're kuffar asli. He's not saying that they are kuffar to begin with. These are different comments.
We will let the audience decide whether you know what you're saying is okay. Let's
sure.
Okay. وقال الخلال أخبرني عبد الملك بن yeah go down, sorry, you're moving too fast. سمعت أبا عبد الله قال من شتم أخاف عليه الكفر مثل الروافد ثم قال من شتم أصحاب النبي لا نؤمن أن يكونوا قد مرق عن الدين. Yes, is that correct reading?
I don't know. I think maraq, but okay. So what's the point here? So if they did that,
they have nothing from the deen.
If they did that, so that's conditional again.
Yes,
so
I agree. I agree with you.
No, but Adnan, you see the difference here. There's a difference between giving a
guy's too
conditional
retarded, man.
takfir, saying that if these people there is no iqamat al-hujjah, no adhr bil-jahl, blah blah blah.
No. There is no.
You've got to see the distinction here.
Let's agree.
You've got to
Let's
see
agree on what's there.
You've got to see the distinction here, because the distinction is these are all conditional statements, and I've said in the beginning. I agree. I'm agreeing. These comments are actually in line with what I've said. I said that if people hold these beliefs.
No.
Yes, it is, because I said if people hold
hijab, you neither I nor you can add any caveats to this. It is what it is. It says anyone who insults the Sahaba, I do not see them upon Islam.
Whoever does it, so it's conditional then, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go up. Let's go.
He doesn't understand what conditional means.
Because we're going very slow. Let's go. I mean, there are many more.
He doesn't know what that word means.
Actually, these are all against you, because if the fact is, none
he doesn't even realize that
there's
there's all evidence against him.
In a general sense. None of these are saying that.
Okay, Imam Bukhari قال رحمه الله ما أبالي صليت okay, yeah, ما أبالي صليت خلف الجهمي والرافضي. Okay, أم صليت خلف اليهود والنصارى. Okay, so here Imam Bukhari is saying that I would not pray behind a Jahmi and a Rafidi. Okay, there is no nikah with them.
That's not takfir.
Okay, and you cannot eat the dhabiha. You cannot eat the dhabiha.
That doesn't. That's not evidence for
takfir. You can actually eat the
Jews
and the Christians dhabiha, though, can't you?
Yeah, but the Rafidi is not saying. He's saying no. He's saying I would rather. What I understand is I would rather pray behind a Yahud and Nasara than pray behind a Rafidi.
ما أبالي صليت خلف الجهمي والرافضي أم صليت خلف اليهود والنصارى. I don't care. I just doesn't. I'm indifferent to it. So really, this is, if we're being pedantic, this is not actually sarih. This is not saying that they're
pray behind a Jew and a Christian.
There is no dhabiha. Wait, there is no dhabiha. I wouldn't pray behind them. There is no nikah. Okay, no problem. I agree with you. I can't add caveats there. Let's go.
All right, keep going.
Let's go. Yeah, there is no dhabiha. There is no nikah. And there is no salah behind them. Abdurrahman bin Mahdi. Okay, Abdullah bin Idris.
Wow.
Okay,
guys.
قال ليس للرافضي شفعة إلا لمسلم.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Where does it say takfir? Where's mass takfir there?
Okay.
There's no mass takfir there at all.
Okay.
Okay, the next one.
عبد الرحمن بن مهدي قال البخاري قال عبد الرحمن بن مهدي هما ملتان الجهمية والرافضية.
Okay, so where's the mass takfir?
Okay, no, that's takfir. Wait, stop there. He's saying, Imam Bukhari quotes Abdurrahman bin Mahdi saying
Yeah,
Huma
there are two different
millatan.
ways.
Wait, Huma millatan. They are two nations.
Yeah.
They are not from our millah. Al-Jahmiya or
I mean, he
Rafidiyya.
didn't say they're not
Yeah.
from our millah in that quotation, by the way. But yeah, okay,
Well,
let's go with
Huma
that.
millatan. Okay, no
Yeah, it
problem. Huma
doesn't.
millatan.
Yeah,
Al-Firyabi.
if we're being pedantic about it and technical, there's not actually mass takfir in that.
No,
And there's
no
let
problem.
alone
I'm not
discussion
gonna.
about al-adhr bil-jahl is removed. Keep going.
I'm not gonna fight you over it. I'm not gonna fight you
Sure,
over it. Let's
sure.
go. Okay. Then this is about who is this now? Ruwi al-Khalal
Halal. It's the
al-Firyabi.
same. Al-Halal is a student of Imam Ahmed. Right, so he
قال
compiled his works.
أخبرني حرب بن إسماعيل الكرماني قال حدثنا موسى بن هارون بن زياد قال سمعت الفريابي ورجل يسأله عمن شتم أبا بكر قال كافر قال فيصلي عليه قال لا وسألت كيف يصنع به وهو يقول لا إله إلا الله قال لا تمسوه بأيديكم ارفعوه بالخشب. Allahu Akbar. He's saying don't even touch them. Anyone who insults Abu Bakr, he's a kafir. He's a kafir.
So,
Wait.
Anyone who does that.
Wait. Hijab, let me translate this. This is Firyabi. Yeah?
Sure.
He's saying, he was asked, anyone who does insult Abu Bakr.
Yeah, anyone who does that, yeah.
He said he's a kafir. He said he's a kafir.
But
Okay.
the question is not, ADNAN RASHID, the question is not whether if they do it, they're a kafir. The question is there adhr bil-jahl until they are told about the... You have to show me evidence that there's no adhr bil-jahl, there's mass takfir fil asl. You're missing the mas'ala here. This is
I don't disagree. Hijab, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying you want to add that caveat, you're more than welcome to do so. I don't read that.
Do you want to add more to it, or have you finished with it?
No, wait.
You want more? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Wait, I am not disagreeing with you. You want to read that caveat into these quotes? No problem. That's your choice. I am not reading that into it.
There are words of shartiyya there. There's clearly conditional words in there.
Hijab.
Whoever does
Hijab. Do you agree as a general rule, anyone who insults Abu Bakr is a kafir? Do you agree with that?
I think if they
No if. Do you agree as a general rule?
If they don't know about the ayahs of the hadith, then they're excused. If someone doesn't give da'wah to them and explain to them, they could be excused because it's not that sarih until somebody shows it to you on the Quran, right?
Okay.
Some people are ignorant. They don't read past 3 or 4.
Hijab, I'm gonna let me ask you a question.
If they, it could be. I'm entertaining the idea, but it wouldn't be the first thing I do. I'd have to go through a process with the individual, etc.
Anyone who denies an ayah of the Quran knowingly that it's an ayah of the Quran, kafir or Muslim?
Knowingly
that it's an ayah of the Quran.
Yeah, obviously it's a kafir.
Obviously.
Likewise, Quran is mutawatir lafzi. We know that. Quran is mutawatir lafzi. Okay?
Sure.
Anyone who denies a mutawatir hadith where Rasulullah ﷺ has promised Jannah to Abu Bakr, there are mutawatir reports. It's like denying the Quran. Okay. Anyone who says
Abu
Bakr,
you think if someone denies one hadith, they're a kafir?
No.
Sure. So what we're talking about?
No. It depends who it is and why. Okay.
So
If someone like Sheikh Albani, for example, like he criticized some authentic reports, right? He
read all of that. Where was the mention of hadith, rejecting a hadith?
They will not be
in
condemned.
Kitab al-Ilal, he was attacking Bukhari hadith in Bukhari.
Yeah. So they have technical criticisms. Like you said, ilal. They have issues with ilal. Okay. Now, someone who says I don't like hadith. I don't like this hadith. Okay, it's a sahih hadith from Bukhari. I don't like it. Okay, that's a different matter altogether. Okay. So now let's move on. Ahmad bin Yunus. Let's go.
Okay.
قال لو أن يهوديا ذبح شاة rather وذبح الرافضي لأكلت ذبيحة اليهودي ولم أكل ذبيحة الرافضي لأنه مرتد عن الإسلام.
Sure, that one does seem quite clear. That one. Who is this? Ahmad bin
Yunus. Okay,
Yeah, that one.
that if-
That one,
if-
I'd be happy to concede that that is part of the fringe view that I was referring to. Potentially, yes,
let's
maybe.
continue. There's more. There's a lot
Yes.
more interesting stuff coming.
But if this is the
So this
strongest, think
Ahmed,
about this. If this is the strongest you can find,
no,
the thing
no,
is,
please, let me
you
translate this
you
first.
do know what Ibn Taymiyyah's view on this is.
We're coming to Ibn Taymiyyah. One second. Ahmad bin Yunus here, rahmallah, he said, if a Yahudi slaughters a goat,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
and a Rafidi slaughters a goat, I will eat the goat slaughtered by a Yahudi, but
Sure,
not
sure.
the goat of a Rafidi because he's a murtad from Islam. That's his opinion. Okay? We don't have to share that opinion, no problem, but that's his opinion. Okay. Abu Zara al-Razi. Abu Zura or Abu Zara?
Zora, yeah.
أوكي قال إذا رأيت الرجل ينقص أحدا من أصحاب رسول الله فاعلم أنه زنديق لأن مؤدي إذا مؤدي قوله إلى إبطال القرآن والسنة. Okay?
Okay.
If you see a man belittling the Sahaba, not even Abu Bakr and Umar, anyone from the Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, fa'lam, know annahu zindiq, he is a heretic, he's a zindiq.
Yeah.
Because
all of them are
he's
traditional.
calling to
if
to
you
the
see them do
ibtal
that.
of Quran and Sunnah. He's calling to the
Sure.
dismantling of the Quran and the
If
Sunnah.
they do that, then he's presenting a conditional point again.
Okay. Ibn Qutayba.
He doesn't
Ibn
know what
Qutayba.
conditional is. He doesn't
Okay.
know what eva
قال
means.
بأن غلو الرافضة في حب علي. What is this?
Well, I can't see what you're saying.
متعنث. Okay. في تقديم
المتمثل
في
maybe.
هي المتمثل في تقديمه على من
Yep.
قدمه رسول الله وصحابته عليه ودعاهم له شركة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في نبوته
Oh, it's so
وعلم
big.
الغيب لأئمة من ولده وتلك الأقاويل والأمور السرية قد جمعت إلى الكذب والكفر إفراط الجهل والغو. So this is basically saying it's kufr and all of that جهل. Okay. Abdul Qadir al-Baghdadi. Let's go for next. Okay. So it says يقول.
Guys, I'll be right back. Just stay there. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Hold on. But I'll keep playing this so you can keep watching.
خيار الصحابة فإن نكفرهم. Okay. ولا تجوز الصلاة عليهم عندنا ولا الصلاة خلفهم وخلفهم. Okay. So basically here he's saying that anyone who insults the Sahaba, okay, or anyone who makes takfir of the Sahaba, we make takfir of them. Okay. And he's saying, وقال, no, read this, go down. This is very interesting. وقال وتكفير هؤلاء واجب. Making takfir of these people is wajib.
Who's that said that?
Go up. This one was Abdul Qadir al-Baghdadi. Okay. Rahmatullah alayhi. Okay. He's saying making takfir of them, Abdul Qadir bin Tahir bin Muhammad al-Baghdadi al-Tamimi al-Isfaraini. Okay. So he's saying وقال وتكفير هؤلاء واجب في إجازتهم على الله البداء وقولهم بأنه قد يريد
Okay. Do you mind if I do one thing? Because you've read out a few of them. Can I show you another one, please?
We can. No, because we're going to digress from this list. Let's go very quickly.
No, but please, because you've shown like so many.
Can we come back to this?
Yeah, we'll come back to this.
Okay, let me show you one more. Just and then we move on. Okay. Qadi Abu Ya'la is there. وَأَمَّا الرَّافِضَةُ فَحْكُمْ. After this, Ibn Hazm, and then I want to read the ijma where some. One second.
There is no ijma on this.
No. There is. Wait. Al-Isfaraini.
Okay. So let's go
down. Wait, go down, please. Go down. You're going too fast. Go down. Sorry, go back up. 1 second. Sorry. Al-Isfaraini, go down. Okay. It's all about the Sahaba and takfir, belief in the Abu Hamid al-Ghazali. He's there. Okay, go up, please. As-Sam'ani. I want to read As-Sam'ani. Go up.
Yeah, I know
As-Sam'ani.
that guy. He's 100%. I know he does takfir of the masses. He's
No,
the
no,
only one, by the way.
he's
that
down.
does
He's down. Sorry, you're going back up. He's down. He's down there. Okay, 1 second. He claims an ijma on this.
1 second. Just show you just two things. I want to.
1 second. As-Sam'ani. 1 second.
Adnan,
Go down.
Adnan, before you continue, can I just show you one of mine, please, if you don't mind?
Yeah, you can. Sure, you can.
Okay.
But this is the last one. I want to read this is the last one. Okay. Okay.
I thought you said that last time.
Okay. قال رحمه الله واجتمعت الأمة. The ummah is united, unanimous.
Who's this? Who's this?
Wait, this is As-Sam'ani. Wait.
Yeah, he makes takfir. I know he does.
Okay.
He is the only one in that list that makes blanket takfir.
No, the next one is more interesting. 1 second. These are the last ones, and then we're going to move on. واجتمعت الأمة على تكفير الإمامية. Okay. لأنهم يعتقدون تضليل الصحابة وينكرون إجماعهم وينسبونهم إلى ما يليق بهم. Okay. الرازي. فخرودين الرازي. Last one. يذكر الرازي أن أصحابه من الأشاعرة. No Wahhabis here. No Wahhabis. أشاعرة يكفرون الروافد من 3 وجوه. أولها أنهم كفروا السادات المسلمين. Okay. الرازي فخرودين الرازي رحمة الله عليه is claiming here that Asha'ira, okay, they make takfir of the Rafida, Asha'ira. They make takfir of the Rafida because of 3 reasons. أولها أنهم كفروا السادات المسلمين. They make takfir of the greatest of Muslims. وكل من كفر مسلما فهو كافر لقوله عليه السلام من قال لأخيه يا كافر فقد باء به أحدهما. Okay.
And then on that issue, then, so if that is wait, hold on. If that's the ta'lil, if that's the reason why someone will become kafir, and if you said that Daniel was a kafir, then according to
I haven't said Daniel is a kafir. I haven't said that. So Daniel, I'm not saying Daniel is a kafir. Never said that.
Anyway. So like, for example, I don't know, like, would you condemn Jake saying that or something? Jake, I think, said this.
It's up to them. Anyone making takfir of anyone is their problem. It's not I'm not a mufti. I'm not going to make takfir.
Would you condemn him doing that?
For who?
If Jake takfir of Daniel.
If Jake is a mufti and he thinks he can make takfir of an individual,
you know that. So him making takfir of Daniel.
It's upon him. It's upon him. It's not my problem.
No?
It's not, absolutely not my problem. Absolutely.
Do you agree with him or do you disagree with him on that?
If Jake is convinced that Daniel is a kafir, it's up to him. It's upon him. وثانيها.
If he's wrong according to this, he becomes a kafir himself. Do you believe that?
Sorry. Wait. Let us finish this. Let us finish this. We're going to come to that.
Because look, Al-Razi is saying here, his ta'lil for the matter is
Al-Razi
is saying that the reason why that he's making takfir.
No, he's not him. No, not him.
I know. He says
Al-Razi is saying Asha'ira.
I know. He's talking about Ash'ari. I'm saying that. He's saying one of the reasons is that they say that whoever says that he's mentioned the hadith, من قال لأخيه يا كافر فقد باء به أحدهما, that whoever says to his brother, you are a disbeliever, then one of them is going to be affected by that. So one of them is a kafir, essentially. So if now this is the point.
So let me finish this. We're going to come back to our conversation.
If this is true, if there's a 95% chance someone's a kafir, but there's a 5% chance they're not, right? And then you've got someone online making takfir of them, like Jake, who you've been associated with. Okay. And you don't condemn them, then it shows a sort of inconsistency.
Have you not associated with him?
Yeah, I condemn that. I condemn that action.
So Jake is responsible for his action and his words. I'm not going to take this upon me. So if Jake feels now, the reason why I'm reading this list of takfir of the Rafida, the Imamiyya, the Ithna Ashariya from the Imam, using different words to describe the same people, is to show the entire world or whoever is watching that this is not a fringe, extreme, or a minority position. This position is held by our major authorities.
Okay, so can I respond to that?
Let me finish.
Do you want to finish this quotation and then we can go
So Imam Al-Razi, Fakhruddin Al-Razi is saying that Ash'ira, they make takfir of the Rafida on three bases. One is
grounds.
takfir of the great Muslims. وثانيها أنهم كفروا قوما نصر رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بالثناء عليهم وتعظيم شأنهم فيكون تكفيرهم تكذيبا لرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Okay, so he's saying those who make takfir of a qawm, a people about whom there is nas from Rasulullah, there are reports from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam about their praise and their respect, so they are rejecting Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وثالثها إجماع الأمة على تكفير من كفر سادات الصحابة. He's saying the Ummah has made consensus, ijma, that anyone who makes takfir of the Sadat Sahaba is a kafir.
That's conditional. So, okay, look, I don't think you're quite grasping what I'm
None of this is
the action. The condition is the action.
None of this is relevant to the Shia because they don't do mass takfir of all the Sahaba. Only the extreme ghulat that don't even exist today, except maybe like a handful, make mass takfir of the Sahaba. All of these statements are about mass takfir of all the Sahaba. That's what every quote, almost every quote he read is about the mass takfir of all the Sahaba, which is what the Shia don't do. Even hardcore Shia don't do that because they believe that some of the Sahaba were righteous.
Is Adr bil Jahl there or not? Now, of the list that you've just showed me, I think one or two maybe could indicate that, but I don't think the rest do. Look, if you look at this particular thing,
there are people claiming
please, I've let you read like 3 or 4 pages in Arabic. This is from Ibn Taymiyyah. If you want, we can show the original Arabic, but Twitter has translated it for our benefit. This is Ibn Taymiyyah saying this, right? Okay, if we can read this out. I can't read it in English even.
Ibn Taymiyyah, rahimahullah,
can you read that, please?
Which one? Twitter.
It's there on the screen. It's just I can't see it very well.
It's in English. Yeah, it's in English. Ibn Taymiyyah, may God have mercy on him, said, indeed, among the Imami Shia, despite their extreme ignorance and misguidance, there are people who are Muslim inwardly and outwardly. They are not heretics or hypocrites, rather they are ignorant and misguided, following their whims and desires. As for those others, their major leaders who are knowledgeable of the true reality of their esoteric doctrine, they are heretics and hypocrites. But as for their common folk who do not know their affair, they may well be Muslims. They may well be Muslims. Can we go to the Arabic? Click
the Arabic. Show the
Arabic. They may well be Muslims.
Yeah, exactly right. So show that.
Okay. فقد يكونون مسلمين. فقد يكونون مسلمين.
That's Ibn Taymiyyah's position. If you just listen to this as well, now I've sent a second thing here. If you just listen
to this, I have the same position.
Beautiful, but it doesn't come across that way because 1 second.
What are you talking about?
So let me explain.
You don't have
again.
the same position.
No, this is exactly my position. This is exactly my position.
Okay, fine, good. But let me put this. Press play.
قاعدة شيخ أحسن الله إليكم أن نقول عوام رافضة وعوام صوفة وكذا ما يرجع عليهم التكفير هذا قاعدة.
نعم. ظاهرا ما نكفرهم.
This Fawzan.
حتى تقوم عليهم الحجة.
Pause. So Ibn Uthaymeen, so once again one of the great scholars of Salafism in the present time, he's asked, do you make takfir of the Shia, the lay Shia? He says we don't make takfir of the lay Shia until we do إقامة الحجة. Keep going.
من أناس يعني عندهم قوة في الحجة.
أحسن الله إليكم هم ما يرون علماء السنة ما يرونهم علماء. إذا هم يرون علماء السنة دجال فكيف يقام عليهم الحجة؟
أي أحسنت. إذا كانوا يرون علماء السنة دجالين فالواجب أن يبحثوا. ما دام بلغهم شيء.
The questioner is trying to get him to make takfir. And the questioner seems a little bit irritated with the Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen. And even then, the Sheikh is saying, actually, if that's how he feels about it, then he should go and research. So here, look, this is the point I was making.
If you want to be fair,
if we both agree, then
if you want to be fair, can you play? Yeah. Can you play Sheikh Salih Al Fawzan's clip? Can you go and play that one about the takfir of the Rafida? Go on.
Send it to me and we'll play it immediately. We can play it on your side as well.
I cannot find it, but can my admin find it?
Yeah, as soon as he finds it, we can play it. No problem. We're happy to listen to anything.
Sheikh Salih Al-Fawzan, when he
do you want me to explain why I said what I said about? Because there's two parts of this, isn't there, Adnan? So that's it.
I acknowledge this position. I acknowledge this position.
Beautiful. Okay, excellent. So since you said you agree with the opinions of Ibn Taymiyyah, which is the opinion that they're not kuffar in general until Iqamat al-Hajj is done, and they're Muslim until you approve it. So then then what you said, maybe you should delete those tweets that said that the Rafidis are kuffar. To be honest, because it comes across as you're making mass takfir. Because that's not your position. We've just acknowledged now that that's not actually your position.
No. Show me a tweet where I said all Rafida are kuffar.
Okay, let's take a look at what looks like that.
Show me.
If we go to the tweet where he says that the 12 of
I don't want something that looks like it. I want something that is it.
Okay.
Is it there?
Okay. If we just share this screen, no problem.
Okay.
Let's read it together, right?
So now.
Yeah. You said something that is it. Here you said Rafida are mushrikeen, Zionists are kuffar. None of them are close to Islam.
Yes.
So generally, you are saying that this. I promise you, and I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But your position is way more nuanced than that.
Let me do the tafsir of my own word.
Sure. I get it, but you must understand that you're saying that
let me do the tafsir of my own word.
Clear takfir, mass takfir. That, as you saw with the list that you presented, is not how these scholars spoke. They said anyone who does this is a kafir. Anyone who
I'm saying.
Please,
I am saying.
Allow me to defend.
Yeah.
So, anyone who done shatam of the Sahaba, they're kuffar. And then, as we've heard, Ibn Uthaymeen says Iqamat al-Hajj is important. Albani is saying no, Adhar bil-Jahl. They're all saying these things. So the way as a Salafi, I don't understand. Look, as a Salafi, when I said what I said on Sneako's stream, why did that trigger you? Because I don't understand. This is a mainstream Salafi position.
Yes.
This is a mainstream. Ibn Taymiyyah takes this position. Albani takes his position. Ibn Uthaymeen
I take that position. I take that position.
But not the look.
So let me explain. So let me explain. Let me explain. Yeah. I will explain again that my issue was not with those scholars who hold this view, because I have that view that the overwhelming majority of the Rafida are kuffar. Yes, absolutely. There are exceptions. I believe this. The overwhelming majority of the Rafida, are kuffar. Because let me explain. Because of all the statements I read, all the statements starting from Imam Ahmad to Bukhari to Abdul Qadir
conditional statements. None of them are saying what you said.
Let me state my position. Hijab, let me state my position so that people understand me. Okay. Sure. I quoted all those positions, all those statements to prove that I am well within my right to believe those statements and agree with them. Because those ulama, classical ulama, starting from Imam Ahmad to Bukhari to Imam Malik to Ibn Hazm to Qadi Abu Ya'la to Isfaraini to Abdul Qadir al-Baghdadi to Sam'ani and we read so many of them, right? And they are all saying the same thing, that the Rafida are kuffar, no janaza, no dhabiha, no nikah with them. Okay, this is all I'm saying, right? With exceptions described by Shaykh Uthaymeen. Let me explain. With exceptions described by Shaykh Uthaymeen and Shaykh Albani, okay? And this is, to hold that view is not a fringe view. It's not an extreme view, and it's not a minority view. I'm claiming the overwhelming majority of the ummah makes general takfir of the Rafida because of the beliefs. I presented it.
He doesn't even know what general takfir means.
They can take your interpretation. They can take my interpretation.
This guy is such an idiot.
Most of the things that you said, it was all caveated. It had conditionals. Whoever does
let
this,
me.
And by the way, they're not talking about. Adnan, if you don't mind.
As for Deobandi scholars, Yasir Qadi recently claimed that the ulama
Yasir Qadi's
in general don't make takfir of the Shia, the Rafida. Okay, he lied through his teeth. The
Yasser
Deobandi
Qadi's
scholars,
Deobandi scholar
the
now.
overwhelming majority of the Deobandi scholars, they have signed lists upon lists. I have a document there. Can we put it up? Can we put it up? That 300 pages book.
Okay,
My
that's
admin,
fine.
can we put it
We've
up?
just heard Albani.
I just want people to see it. I'm not
Yeah,
going to
sure,
read
sure.
it. I'm not going to read it. I just want
And
people
are
to
they
see
saying
it.
there's no
What's
other
there?
Jahl in that document? There's no other Jahl. There's no excuse for ignorance.
Let's see the document first. Let's see the document and we'll scroll through it very quickly. Can we put up the document, please?
What document is it?
Are you married? Who is this question for? Who is this question for? We're both married.
It must be for me.
As far as I know.
Oh, that's,
Yeah, we're both married. Alhamdulillah. Happily married. Jazakumullah khairan. They're asking because we are debating. So can you put up that document very quickly?
Sure. I don't have the document.
Where is
you
that?
talking to me?
My admin, I hope he's not sleeping. He's not tired.
Yeah, well.
Yes.
We need to get to this one more thing that after you do
Did I miss something?
It states Khomeini. One second, hijab. It says Khomeini or Itna Ashariya ke bare mein ulama karam ka mutafika.
Now we're talking. See how fluent you are now.
Yeah. About Khomeini, about Khomeini and Itna Ashariya, the unanimous doctrine or judgment of the ulama. Now scroll down, please. 300 pages. Scroll down. 300 pages. Not all pages, but go as far as you can. Go. Faster. Okay. This document is over 300 pages. No, I'm scrolling for a reason. These are the fatawa of Deobandi ulama. And starting from classical ulama, Imam Malik is there. Okay, Sheikh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani is there. Rahmullah, who made takfir of the Sheikh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah is also there. Sheikh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, by the way, also made takfir of the Rafida. He did, by the way. Then Sheikh Ahmad Sirhindi from India, very famous. He was a Sufi, Naqshbandi, the founder of the Naqshbandi tariqa. He's there. Okay.
But you believe in all
the Sufis. Right? So there are Maturidis there. There are Ash'aira there. There are Ahlul Hadith, Athari scholars there. 300 pages of fatwa. It's not a fringe, it's not an extreme, and it's not a minority position. That's all I'm saying.
Can I ask you a question? Because this is useless to me. I can't read Urdu and it's going so fast. Let me ask you this.
even if it was going slow, you wouldn't be able to read it.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't be able to read it.
No, exactly. I wouldn't be able to read it.
So anyone interested, anyone serious about what the scholars of Islam have said over time for the last 1,400 years, okay, go to these documents.
Sure. Can I ask you a question?
Those who know Urdu, go to this one.
Bring me like the list of all the Ash'ari scholars that made takfir of the Atharis and vice versa. So what? What does that prove?
No, I don't. Istaghatha is a very general term.
Not of Allah, of the Prophet. So someone saying, Ya Muhammad, Ya Ali.
It's best that this conversation.
Okay. I just want to ask you a question. So, do you know there are lots of Deobandi? Excuse me.
Istaghatha bil amwat. Istaghatha bil amwat.
Wait, hold on. Just let me finish.
Can't let him talk.
You mentioned Deobandi. There's a lot of Deobandis who believe that that's acceptable and that it's not committing shirk and kufr.
No, right? let Deobandis come and defend themselves.
And some of them
I don't believe they believe this.
Okay, Adnan, some of them do believe in that. I can tell you that for sure. Some of them don't believe in that. Okay. There's different opinion. Just like there are Barelvis who believe in that, just like there are Sufis who believe in that. Now, do you believe in udhr bil-jahl for this or not?
Istaghatha is a general.
Do you believe in excuse? Do you believe in excuse for ignorance in this matter of istighatha? Someone saying Ya Ali, Ya Muhammad, Ya Ali Madad or something like that. If they said that, do you believe that there's excuse of ignorance or do you not believe in that?
To me, generally, anyone calling upon other than Allah is generally shirk. To me,
sure, but
it's generally shirk.
But do you believe that the person is a mushrik now, is a kafir? He's not longer a Muslim?
Yeah, shirk.
Do you believe that or not?
Saying Ya Ali Madad, Ya Ali, saying Ya Ali Madad is shirk to me.
Yeah, I know you believe a shirk. I'm asking, do you believe that there's udhr bil-jahl? Do you believe that there's excuse of ignorance, or do you not believe in that?
To make takfir, as I said, takfir muayyan, okay, is fatwa. Yeah,
no, I'm asking you. I want to know your position on it. Do you believe that when someone does that, they've become a kafir, or they could be ignorant, excused because of ignorance?
Okay. I'll explain to you. Do you believe takfir is fatwa?
No, don't ask a question with a question. Please
muayyan.
answer this. Just answer this question. Do you believe
I'm
someone
not a
saying Ya Ali
mufti.
Madad is now kafir or
Okay,
mushrik,
I'm
or do you believe
answering.
he's
I'm
excused of
answering.
ignorance?
Takfir. No, takfir muayyan is fatwa. Okay,
Sure.
it's fatwa. I know it's a fatwa. Okay,
Sure.
I don't give fatwa. I am not a mufti. I'm absolutely not a mufti, so I would never give a fatwa.
So you wouldn't make takfir of the person because
Yeah.
they could be excused by ignorance or something, right? Is that right? Is that your
I
position?
cannot make takfir. I'm not. I cannot make. I cannot make takfir. I cannot make takfir. You cannot make takfir.
Yeah, I
muayyan.
cannot. You
We
cannot.
both
So
cannot. We are not muftis.
none of us can make takfir. You would not make takfir of somebody, and you would excuse them with ignorance, right? Would you excuse them with ignorance?
Let me respond to this the third time. Yeah.
Would you excuse them
If
with
someone
ignorance?
commits an
yes or
act
no?
of kufr and shirk, their case will go to a mufti, who will
Can they be
declare
excused?
such a
No, I'm not
person
talking
either
about
a
what happened
kafir or a
practically,
Muslim
logistically.
or a jahil
I'm
or
asking if you believe
dal,
in
mudil,
al-udhr bil-jahl or
whatever.
not. It's a simple question, Adnan. I'm asking, do you believe in al-udhr bil-jahl or not?
I'm not, hijab, I'm not even in a position to have an opinion on takfir muayyan.
No, I'm asking you, do you believe in excuse making with ignorance for someone who does istighatha or not? Do you believe that?
I believe there is, I believe, of course, the principle.
Huh?
Yeah.
You do believe in that?
I
Yeah?
believe there is this principle. I know.
So, okay,
I believe.
so you believe that
No,
they
I
can be
believe in the
excused?
principle of udhr bil jahl. I believe in the principle.
That's what I was asking. Okay, beautiful,
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
So that's what. So now my second question is, you believe it's shirk, and you believe in udhr bil jahl, right? So someone can commit shirk, but because they're ignorant, they're not kuffar.
I'm
Wait,
convinced.
hold on, no, please. Adnan, you keep
I'm
interrupting.
convinced.
Please. Let me finish. I want you to answer this. If you believe that someone can commit shirk, but is excused by ignorance, someone says, Ya Ali Madad, he is committing shirk, but you're saying he can be excused by ignorance. Are you telling me that saying that something negative about the Sahaba cannot be excused by ignorance? So in other words, in your understanding,
No.
do you think saying something, your
No.
understanding, wait, hold on.
No.
In your understanding, is saying something negative about the Sahaba or doing tafsiq of them, is that worse than doing the shirk? Because if this one can be excused by ignorance, why can this one not be excused by ignorance? Do you see the question?
Because the major, I'll answer the question.
Yes.
Because
Yes,
all the major ulama from,
Yeah.
let me finish my answer.
Yes.
Because all the major ulama I read from, Imam Ahmad, Imam Bukhari, Imam Malik, Ibn Hazm, Qadi Abu Ya'la, okay, and Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, and from all different centuries, different periods, different places throughout the Muslim world, Asha'ira, Maturidiyya, the Athari scholars, Hanafi, Maliki, Shafi, Hanbali, Ahlul Hadith, all of them, I believe, are unanimous upon the takfir of anyone who makes tafsiq or takfir of the Sahaba. In particular, Abu Bakr, Umar, and Uthman. This is what I believe, and I follow that opinion. I follow that opinion.
Fine, beautiful.
Yeah.
So you're invoking a difference of opinion as a way of trying to say that, okay, it applies here and it doesn't apply here. Is that right? So you're saying that essentially.
No. Yeah,
So
I'm saying I'm convinced by the reasoning.
Yeah. So you're saying there are some scholars who say X, Y, and Z about this, right? Which makes there be no excuse for ignorance in that.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Maturidi scholars, etc. But there are Maturidi scholars and Ash'ari scholars who believe in istighatha. So if you're going to use that,
so istighatha has modalities. It has different forms.
In that case, then you don't have a staunch view on istighatha. In that case, there are some situations in which you'd excuse someone.
No. I said to you, my view is istighatha bil amwat, calling upon the dead, asking them for madad, is kufr and shirk.
So, but you're saying they can be excused for ignorance.
I'm saying if someone, because every single case is different. When you ask a person who is doing istighatha bil amwat, okay, what they do and how they do it is upon them, and their case will be taken to a mufti who will interview them.
About the Shias?
Wait. Let me answer so people understand my position. The mufti will interview such a person. Why were you saying this? what did you say? What did you intend? What did you mean? And based upon that, the Mufti will give fatwa. I,
Okay,
Adnan
beautiful. So you can do
Rashid,
the same thing with Shia then, yeah?
I, Adnan Rashid, I'm not in the position to judge what a Mufti can do.
So sure. So what I'm saying is, if you can excuse someone, you consider this to be one of the major shirk, blah 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 blah, but you're giving them excuse. Here, you consider this to be kufr, blah blah blah, but there's no excuse. I'm trying to figure out why
By the way, hijab, this is not a Wahhabi position. This is not only a Salafi position.
Okay.
This is a position
So
held
let
by
me tell you
Ash'ari,
what is,
Maturidi scholars. This is a
Okay.
position across the board. What I am saying is across the board.
Okay, let me
It's
ask you this,
adopted
Adnan.
by scholars from. So to claim, because as some people have claimed out there, this is a Wahhabi extreme position. No, it's not. Absolutely not. There is
Do you
not.
accept-
I'm going
do
to
you
make a
accept
claim
that-
now. There is not a thing. There is not a statement that Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab rahimullah made, which wasn't made by the Hanabila before him.
Okay, then
And,
now let's get into
the-
that. Let's get into that, because that's the third part and probably the final part.
But
of our segment.
before we get into that,
Well, you just got
can
into
we
it
go
yourself.
to before we get into that, I have a request.
You just
Can
got
we
into it
cover
yourself.
Iran? Can we cover the issue of Iran?
Can we end off with Iran, because it will make more sense? Because this will make more sense if we just do the Najdi thing first.
By the way, I had to do this for 7 hours with Rajit. Okay, constant interruption.
As long as we do it.
Yeah, okay, that's not a problem. Let's start with
So
the
I
Najdi
made myself clear.
So let me
Hijab,
ask you this.
I made myself clear.
There's
So,
nothing
no,
more left
no.
for me to say on this matter.
So, Adnan Rashid,
There's nothing more left.
Okay, but we're on a part of it now where we did. So there's two parts of my statement, right? Where I was talking about the fact that Ad-Dawah Najdiyah, I was giving the impression that Ad-Dawah Najdiyah handled takfir in a different way to those who came before. Now, I want to ask you a simple question. From the time of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab until, let's say, Muhammad ibn Ibrahim. So we're talking about, let's say the pact was made between Muhammad ibn Saud and Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab in 1744, up until, let's say, Muhammad ibn Ibrahim, who was the last mufti before Ibn Baz, who died in 1969. In that whole period, okay, the overwhelming vast majority of scholars who are associated with Ad-Dawah Najdiyah not only made takfir of the Ottomans, but they made takfir of those who allied themselves with the Ottomans. So they made chain takfir, okay? And not just that, Adnan, they not just made chain takfir, but they killed people as a result of that chain takfir. And this essentially is a historical consensus. There's nobody who disagrees with that. The ones who write the... so first of all, do you acknowledge that there is a difference in the way that the Da'watul Najdiyah dealt with takfir and the qatl of the Muslimin, killing of the Muslims? Do you acknowledge
absolutely
between the way they did it versus the way, let's say for the sake of argument, Ibn Taymiyyah did it, or the Hanabila did it, or anybody else did it? Is there anything distinctive about that, or in your estimation, are they the same thing? All of it is the same.
Okay, so let me answer this question without interruption, please. Yeah, please, I request. Okay, well, this has been a beautiful, very cordial, very brotherly stream, and
I appreciate that.
really want, and I really appreciate that as well. Okay, firstly, let me clarify and give you my position as a student of Islam, student of history, and student of Islamic sciences. Okay, I would like to clarify that neither Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah nor Shaykh Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab rahimahullah, okay, are prophets. None of them are the reason that I'm a Muslim, and if they make mistakes, we do not defend those mistakes. Absolutely not. They are not my prophets. Okay, sure. Islam is complete without the two of them, or even put another 50 scholars with them. Okay, there's no difference to Islam. So to treat them separately and to tarnish their name or to deliberately ignore facts about their campaigns and their da'wah is the greatest injustice that has happened to Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab in particular. Okay, and Shaykh al-Islam.
So what exactly are the facts that we're talking about?
Okay, so coming back to his actions and his teachings, I'm saying I don't call them the Najdi Dawa. They were
They call
not calling
themselves that.
no, yeah, because of the geography, yeah. But they
Yeah.
never called to Wahhabiyya or Najdiya. They never said come to Wahhabiyya, come to Najdiya. Okay.
Well, they did. I mean,
They called
what you call
people.
Ajwibat Najdiya. I mean, Ajwibat Najdiya. They call
Yes,
themselves
yes,
Najdiya.
yes.
Yeah.
It's like Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah's Al-Aqidatul Wasatiyya, and you know, people
Okay.
have
Yeah,
geographical
no,
references
but
to.
do you
What?
accept that these people? Let's start with the low-lying fruit. Let's start with people
But
like.
let me answer
Wait,
let
please,
me
let
answer
me
your
finish the
question.
Let me not, Adnan, please.
Let me answer your
Let
question.
me no, wait, I haven't even asked the question. Let me just answer it first.
Okay.
Question.
So you asked a question. You just asked a question.
No, let me just ask the question, right? So let's assume. So, for example, you have someone like Al-Hamad ibn Atiq or Ibn Sahman, or for
Yes.
example, Sulaiman ibn Muhammad ibn what do you call it?
All
Ibn
of them
Abdullah
are
ibn
different
Muhammad ibn
individuals.
Abdul Wahhab. Yeah, Sulaiman, the grandson of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, who wrote a book saying anyone who allies with the Ottomans is a kafir. Not just the Ottomans are kafir. Anyone who allies with the Ottomans, chain takfir.
Okay.
Do you agree that these people went too far in the way that they implemented takfir and that the way they killed people as a result of that? Or do you
Okay.
think that this is something that everyone
Brilliant
did?
question. Let me answer this question. Very good question, and I absolutely don't know whether they went too far or whether they were justified. Okay,
Oh,
I
wow.
absolutely don't know. Why? Because I don't fully understand and appreciate their theological reasons. Likewise, the Ottomans made
You don't
takfir
know.
of them. Well, no. Well, let me finish. Let me finish. Likewise, the
Well,
Ottomans made. Wait,
I thought,
hijab. Let me explain. Likewise, the Ottomans made takfir of them. Likewise, the
okay,
Ottomans called them kuffar. The
sure.
Ottomans attacked them. The
All right.
Ottomans attacked
But
them.
I'm not
You
asking
gave a
about the Ottomans. I'm
you
asking about
wait
them.
wait.
Yeah, you can condemn the
You
Ottomans.
gave
No
an
problem.
example. Hijab. You have to let me finish so the people know where I'm coming from. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me explain. So likewise, the Ottomans made takfir of them and attacked them and killed them. Okay. Likewise, the
Who
Rafida
started
from
this?
Iraq. Wait, the Rafida from Iraq attacked them and killed many pilgrims coming from Iraq, from Hilla. There's a place called Hilla in Iraq. They were coming and they were
Yeah.
attacked because of their beliefs. And this is when the Wahhabis or the Najdis, so-called, they retaliated and they attacked Iraq and they went to Karbala. I'm not justifying. I'm not saying this and that. I'm saying these are very important facts that are deliberately, a lot of the times, and
Sure.
sometimes due to ignorance they are not even considered. Okay, now on
So
this
Adnan, can I
issue,
ask? Let me be more specific. I guess let me be
just
more
finishing,
specific.
just finishing,
Let me,
just finishing
no,
on
'cause
this issue.
it's gotta be a give and take, Adnan, because otherwise it's not dialogue, is it? So,
Last sentence.
go on, last
On
sentence.
this issue, I
He was fine with the Ottomans takfiring the Shia, but not takfiring the Wahhabis.
X, which is Twitter, there is an account titled Ibrahim ibn Mahmoud. Ibrahim ibn Mahmoud has excellent evidence directly from the sources on these questions. Who made
Beautiful. So,
takfir on
before we get
who
to
killed who, and why
sure,
did they do whatever they did?
Adnan
Yeah,
Rashid, let me ask you this question.
yeah.
So you've read history very well. It's your
Mhm.
main thing that you research and that you do. And so here, I'm sure that you've read all these books because there's no way that you're going to be
Not
having a strong.
necessarily. Not
Okay, but
necessarily.
you've read a
Not
lot of those books.
necessarily.
I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about here. I'm sure you understand the timeline better than I do. I'm sure you've read the primary sources and some secondary sources to come
How
to a
can you be
conclusion.
sure?
Because
How can you be
well,
sure?
He's
you have
being
you have an
facetious, you
opinion on the
idiot.
matter, right? So you
Yes.
can't have gotten that opinion. I know you that you wouldn't have an opinion on the matter without
Yes.
reading such an
Yeah.
important part of history. I mean, how could it be? So the point I'm asking is this: let's start with very specific examples. You mentioned Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, right? And the claims that are usually made about him are as follows. It's usually said that Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, he fought people who were doing grave worship, saint veneration, etc. But let me ask you this. Uthman ibn Muammar, who is an individual that in 1751, Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab's, if you like, troops and followers, they killed and assassinated him, okay, even though Uthman ibn Muammar was explicitly against saint veneration and worship, and had accepted the da'wah of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, and the only reason why he was killed was because of a political allegiance that he had with Banu Khalid. And Banu Khalid at the time were a political opponent to Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab and his group. Now, there's no claim that these people are saint venerating. There's no tree that they were worshipping. Uthman Muammar was not worshipping a tree. He was not believing that the afterlife is doesn't exist. My question, was his death justified? Or do you think that by killing him, these people went too far?
Okay, can I answer without interruption?
Yes.
Thank you, Jazakallah khairan.
What a
Firstly,
jerk.
Okay,
He's been interrupting him the whole time.
Like to defend an action that I don't know why they took this action. I have no idea why they did what they did, right? Number one. Number two, this can easily be argued away as follows. Ashabul Rasul, who had the same beliefs, same Aqidah, worshipping the same God, same Prophet, had disagreements with each other, ended up killing each other in battles, pitched battles, right? And if we cannot condemn them for that, okay, later on, people over political differences, political alliances, maybe for strategic reasons, okay, if they ended up killing each other, how am I responsible, or why do I have to justify or condemn it? Because I don't know the reasons.
You have the same ideology.
With regards to shirk taking place in the Arabian Peninsula.
You have the same ideology, that's
No,
why.
I'm not asking about shirk. I'm asking about the reason why I mentioned Uthman ibn Muammar is because he wasn't involved in any shirk and he was accepting the da'wah.
This is why I'm saying. That's why I gave the example of the Sahaba. So let me finish my answer. So this can easily, you cannot condemn the entire movement of cleansing the Arabian Peninsula. Wait, you cannot condemn the entire movement of cleansing the Arabian Peninsula of blatant black and white shirk over.
That's not what they were doing.
One second.
The point is,
let me finish.
Adnan, that's the propaganda.
You can respond, but let me finish my point.
That is a revisionist history. It's not really what happened. People were not.
No problem.
Like
you can disagree with me. You can disagree with me.
Uthman ibn Muammar is
let me finish.
Example. If someone who was not committing shirk, he accepted the
Let me finish.
Yeah, he was killed.
I believe worse things might have happened. I believe worse things than this might have happened. Let me finish my point. I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to agree with you on this, right?
Okay, fine.
Let's say they committed murders. Let's say they killed people for whatever reason, okay? I don't know their reason. You will never know their reasons, okay?
I think we do know their reasons pretty well.
No.
When you were talking about Iran, you knew the reasons very well then.
I'm not even justifying anyone's killing or murder. I abhor it. I believe anyone, even if my father.
Do you also reject? Sorry. You also reject.
You don't let me finish.
Wait, hold on. The grandson of Ibn Abdul Wahhab making chain takfir, not just takfir. Anyone who connects themselves with the Ottoman Empire is a kafir. Do you accept that that's an extreme position, or is it not an extreme position?
The Ottomans did the same thing. I don't accept it from both sides. The Ottomans did the same thing.
So it is fine. So they're both extreme.
I believe if they're making takfir of each other like that everyone is a kafir, which they didn't, by the way. They did not.
No, they did do that.
We read.
You're saying they didn't.
The other day
it's what they did. It's what.
No, wait. The other day,
the Najdis definitely did that.
No, they did not. They did not make takfir of every single Turkish citizen of the Ottoman Empire.
No,
we addressed this point.
No. What's the name of the book that Sulaiman ibn Abdullah ibn Abdul Wahhab wrote? Muhammad. What's the name of it?
He said every single Turk is a kafir.
He said anyone, not just the Turkish Empire, anyone who allies with them, anyone. He's making a case for it. This is historically inept. Anybody will tell you this. The kuffar who write about this tell you about the Muslims who write this is ijma'. There's nobody in history who says that they weren't doing. They were making chain takfir.
If they did it, if I believe they didn't. I believe they didn't. If they did it, I absolutely have no sympathy for them. Absolutely.
What do you mean? So are you aware that, for example, Hamad ibn Atiq made chain takfir? He actually wrote a book.
No, wait. You're making a claim of every single Turkish citizen.
Yeah, he's making takfir. He's making.
Show me the evidence. Show me the evidence. Show me the evidence.
evidence. Can we get Hamad ibn Atiq's book?
Yeah. Show me the statement where he said every single Turkish citizen, just like you were questioning me on the Rafida.
You know
every
what?
single Rafida.
Wait, hold on. I've got a good evidence for you. Instead of not Muhammad, it's Hamad or Ahmad ibn Atiq. But instead of that, let me give you a good work. Since you plug somebody, I don't know you plug, but let me give you a good plug myself. Right? There's a guy called Cole Bunzel. Okay, have you heard of him? It's a secondary source material. It's a very interesting book.
Yeah. This is a recent work on the Wahhabi movement. Yes, absolutely. So-called Wahhabi movement.
Have you come across this?
Yeah, it's one of the main readings.
Yeah, beautiful. So you know it.
And he's quite hostile to the. He's quite hostile to the Wahhabi. He's quite hostile to the Wahhabi movement, so-called Wahhabi movement.
Okay, let's go here. If you click that one.
No, why don't you present the evidence from the primary source to me that he made?
No, it's fine because we're gonna have to translate it anyways. This guy does it. It's easier for us. Okay, if you now go to his book again. Sorry. So go to the book if you don't mind. Yeah. So this is a PhD dissertation by Cole Bunzel. Right?
Yeah. Does it have the Arabic text? Does it have the Arabic text?
It's gonna have all the references in the bottom. It's a PhD thesis. I'm sure that the references are there.
Does it have the Arabic text?
As if you can read the Arabic text.
Look,
as if you know Arabic.
Yeah,
you showed us Urdu. You showed us an Urdu thing, so let's not talk about Arabic text.
I didn't read any of it. I didn't read it.
This is English.
I didn't read any of it.
Okay, so if
I only read the title.
Okay.
What a clown! Look at these TikTok debate tactics
in the search.
While they're searching for it, okay, we can continue with our conversation. So we will probably end up agreeing. I'm not going to sit here and defend things I don't believe in, right? But I believe a lot of accusations against them are unjust, exaggerated.
Let's just stay. Wait, hold on, sorry, one sec. Let's stick with just the contents page. I think this is quite interesting. These are the people who refuted Ibn Abdul Wahhab, right? As you can see here, Ibn Afalaq refutes him. Look at that. Qabbani refutes him. Ibn Afalaq's letters. Sulaiman ibn Abdul Wahhab, who's his brother, blood brother, refutes Abdul Wahhab on the basis that he's doing takfir to everyone. He even leads the revolt against him, his own blood brother. Okay. If you go down a bit more, if you don't mind. Okay. So Ibn Abdul Wahhab, Tamim Bakr, not forget that one. Chapter 2.
Are you aware of the Ottoman history?
Yes, we're reading it together, aren't we?
No. Are you aware of the Ottoman history? What happened in the Ottoman Empire?
The whole
worse
time?
things than this. Worse things than this.
Okay,
So
I'm
what's the
not
point?
here talking about that. There's no Ottoman movement now causing takfir. And
No. When you single out
no,
a
there's no Ottoman
movement
movement killing people today. If there was, then we would be speaking about this. There are now inspired by this.
No. Okay, you're telling me because of Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab.
Oh, there is Arabic text. Beautiful. Oh, look, here we go. Arabic text and English translation. What's this? What do they call it? No, I say that. Go up first. If you just go to chapter 4, 226. Yeah, 226. Okay.
So you're demonstrating this is a hostile work to the movement, huh?
It's not.
It's academic work.
You can go to the sources. You can go check it. This is
anything that's
you can pick up. What do you call it? Ibn Ghannam or Ibn Bishr's primary texts. Even they are happy to mention it.
And
Adnan.
And likewise,
you should know this.
Likewise, you can pick up other sources, and they are praising them. There are major scholars of Islam to this day. They praise the movement. So what?
Yeah, they're all in Saudi Arabia. They're all in Riyadh. Or they're in ISIS camps.
Shall I talk about them?
Wait, if you want to, go ahead. Tell me what you're talking
about. There are major scholars. Wait. You presented Sheikh Uthaymeen as a source, right? What did he think of this movement? You presented Sheikh bin Baz as a source. What did he think of this one? You presented Sheikh Albani, rahimahullah. Okay, what did he think of this movement?
Okay, beautiful. You say Albani?
Yeah.
Let's bring it up.
No.
It's fine. No. You said it yourself.
Let me continue. Wait, hijab. Let me finish the list. You presented all of these scholars, okay, And what these are major scholars. You presented them as your sources. You admire them. You admire them so much. For your points on the Shia, you presented them as sources. What did they think of this movement? The Najdi, the so-called the Wahhabi, the Najdi movement. What did they think of it?
Right?
What?
So
What? Wait. What do the what did Deobandi? Let me. Wait. Hijab. What do the Ahlul Hadith scholars of the Indian subcontinent think of this movement?
What do Hadith are that movement? They are that movement.
Okay, wait.
What do you mean? That is, it's like saying, what do you think of your own family?
How about Deobandis? How about Deobandis?
Deobandis what?
What? Mufti Shamsi.
They agree with that?
Wait.
Do you think they agree with people that would be making takfir of them?
Relax.
Do you think that they would agree with the likes of Ibn Atiq and what do you call it?
If you let me talk,
Ibn Abdul Wahhab, no chance, man.
Deobandi Mufti.
That's no problem.
A very big Deobandi scholar called Mufti Shamsi from Karachi. Okay, he was assassinated in Karachi, unfortunately, rahmatullah alayh. He read the books of Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab. Having read the books, you know what he said? He said, I do not find any, he quoted everything from the Quran and the Sunnah. That's what he said. I am not saying, wait. This is a Deobandi. Wait.
No problem. We're talking about the actions here. We're not talking about
what's the problem? So what's the problem?
Is killing people, what do you call it, that don't agree with you. That's what the problem is. That's what the issue we have is.
Okay.
The issue is that you have somebody, the issue is that you have someone like Uthman ibn Muammar. Anyone can read what I'm saying today. He is not a grave worshipper. He is not a saint.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question. Hijab, I'm going to ask a question.
Please.
Let me ask a question.
Because he allied with Banu Khalid, and because he was scared that they would put pressure on him, and so he told Abdul Wahhab and others to get out of his area. They killed him. Okay. That's not the behavior of someone. That's not the behavior of someone. That's not the behavior.
Let me ask
a
question.
That's not the behavior of someone that's trying to spread Islam in a peaceful manner, and all they care about.
I understand. I understand.
And another example is Abu Musmar. Abu Musmar, the same thing. He wasn't known for saint veneration, this and that and the other. It was all to do with political dominance.
Hijab, I want to ask you a question.
All to do with expanding the empire and taking over the Najd, then the Hijaz, then Mecca, then Medina. Anybody who knows anything will tell you that. Like, you can read any secondary source.
Can I ask
English,
a question?
in Arabic, you can read the primary sources. There is no other conclusion. These people were concerned with
That's fine.
Fear. Okay, let me ask you this, Adnan Rashid.
So did the Ottomans. So did the Ottomans.
You keep saying the Ottoman. What about this? And what about you? Just talk about what about autism? I'm
not
here defending the Ottomans. There's no movement today that's connected to the Ottoman Empire. There's no movement that's connected to
there is. Let me explain. Let me explain. Okay. Today, I'll ask you a question. You have been attacking the Najdi movement or the so-called Wahhabi movement lately. Who is worse? Iranian crimes or the so-called Najdi crimes?
Who cares? That's
which one is worse?
The question entirely. Who's worse?
No, it's not.
Nothing to do with
it's a very direct question.
That's a complete diversion.
Which one is worse?
Iranian. That's a complete diversion.
No, it's not. I'm gonna explain why I'm asking this question. I'm gonna explain why I'm asking this question.
It's a complete diversion.
No, I'm gonna explain why I'm asking this question.
Like, do you condemn these people? Do you condemn those people who done change
We're gonna come to.
Kill people in the villages.
Why am I asking this question?
You go to villages.
No. These are.
Wait, hold on, please. You go to villages all the time in Malawi and Africa with me. We went together. You were doing great work, and I even gave you credit last time I spoke with Daniel. I said, look, I've seen him myself when the cameras are off. The man's feeding the children. He's doing the dawah. I testify to that. But having said that, these people.
This kind of stuff doesn't work for them.
Let me just finish sentences. So I'm saying this. I'm saying that these people, imagine now you've got these people in African villages. You go to Nigeria, you go to Malawi, and some of them, they do some of these shirk practices. Yeah. Imagine someone comes into those villages and indiscriminately kills those African people because they're doing that stuff. Would you condemn that?
Okay. Can I answer without interruption?
Yes.
Don't interrupt, please. Yeah.
Yes.
100%. Anyone who does that, absolutely criminal. But the Najdis did not do that. These are accusations against them. The evidence is.
They didn't do what?
But let me apart from the, because people don't have the time to go to primary sources and the histories
They
of the
do,
Najdi
and it's
movement.
easy. It's not hard to do it.
Hijab,
They did it
you
to the
said you're gonna
Western.
let me
They did
finish.
it to. They
But
did it when
hijab, you don't let me
took
answer.
Mecca, Medina.
Hijab,
They
you don't.
plundered Mecca, Medina. They plundered Mecca.
Hijab, you don't let me answer. Brother
Did they
Hijab, brother
Did they
Hijab, you
plunder
don't let
Mecca,
me
Medina
finish.
or not? The Najdis went
Brother
into Mecca,
Hijab,
Medina. They made
repeatedly,
takfir of the ulama in
repeatedly.
Mecca, Medina. They
Brother
made
Hijab,
takfir of the ulama
I
in
know
Mecca,
you're
Medina.
passionate. I know you're passionate about this, but at least give me the courtesy of finishing my answer.
They made
Okay.
takfir of the ulama in Mecca, Medina.
Let me have the courtesy to finish my answer, please, Brother Hijab.
Okay,
Please. Okay. Now, with the Najdi movement, they were always attacked first. I'm making a claim.
That's not
They were
true at
always
all.
wait.
That is not
Again,
true. That's a lie.
again.
That's a
Can
lie.
you
That's
must
historically.
let me finish.
That's illiteracy.
You can
How can
expose.
anyone say that?
You can
What
expose
do
my
you
lie.
mean?
You can expose my
What do
lie
you
in your
mean?
turn. Wait. Okay.
They don't
wait.
even
Let
claim
me
that for
finish.
themselves. They don't even
Let
claim
me
that for
explain.
themselves.
Let me explain. That book you quoted from, I forgot the name, the guy, Cole guy, yeah? In his book,
Yeah.
he
Bonzo.
states this.
He doesn't say
Sorry?
this.
Yeah.
That's not true. You're not telling the truth. He
Okay.
expressed. I read the whole thing. I read from the chapter 4, chapter 5. I assure you, he did not say that. What he said
nowhere did he say that they
no.
were attacked
No,
first.
let me tell you what he said. Let me tell you what he said in chapter 4. What he says in chapter 4 is that it started off as a. So he gave the life story of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, and then he went to Basra, and apparently he was kicked out of Basra and all these kind of things, blah blah blah, whatever. Afterwards, because he was passionate about his theology, and I will give him that. I think that he was actually sincere to his theology, right? I don't believe he was a liar or insincere. I believe that he actually believed what
was
said.
his theology? What was his theology?
His theology, for me, the thing that distinguishes him, right, from other scholars that came before is not doing other Jahl and killing people because of it. That's what I believe.
Lie. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Not a lie. Okay, so Uthman ibn Mu'ammar.
It's a lie. He was accused of this falsely, and he. Okay, you're quoting
He's
one
lying.
case.
Adnan is lying about
to claim.
He doesn't know anything.
Why was Uthman ibn Mu'ammar killed? Why? He was never condemned.
Can I respond to your points? Let me respond. Firstly, okay, even these Western academics acknowledge that he was attacked. He was attacked and he retaliated. Number one. Number two.
Give me one Western academic who says he was defensive the whole time. I can give you only one name.
Not all. Look, they don't say that.
Natana de Longbas is the only one who has a revisionist history of Muhammad Abdul Wahhab. But even she, when she talks about the Najdis across the time period of what I've just told you, even she concedes that they did takfir, mass takfir, and what do you call it, chain takfir.
Crazy.
So that's not true. What you're saying is actually demonstrably false. It's demonstrably false. Actually.
You can continue talking, and I will listen. No problem. I'll listen to your lecture. Go on.
So yeah, as I said, I was reading the book.
You are not letting.
Bunzel says that Ibn Abdul Wahhab is the one who initiated the conflict by declaring takfir against these different groups in Najd. Okay, he's lying about Cole Bunzel.
With what you call it, Uthman Mu'ammar, and then after that they started to expand. For example, they went to a place called Hurmaliya, and this is a place in Saudi Arabia. They expanded. That was an expansionist thing to do. They went afterwards.
What's the problem with that? What's the problem with that? What's the problem with expansion?
As I said, sometimes the
expansion. What's the problem with expansion?
Purely for political
against Muslims.
Gain. Sometimes, for example,
the Ottomans. The Ottomans did it. The Iranians are doing it. The colonial powers did it. Everyone did it.
The Safavids did it. The Safavids did that. The Ottomans did that. And I'm trying to say that don't idealize this dawah, because this is we don't need that. We don't need that to be Muslims. We don't need to believe in that. The fact
what is the dawah? What is the dawah?
The dawah is chain takfir. That's the dawah. Chain takfir and what do you call it?
No, absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong.
Okay, let's bring up Sulaiman ibn Abdul Wahhab's book, please. Let me just read it in English. Sulaiman ibn Abdul Wahhab, what was he trying to prove in his book? What was Sulaiman ibn Abdul Wahhab trying to prove in his book? Sulaiman ibn.
How about we bring a neutral arbitrator between us on this? How about Abdullah al-Aljairi, Sheikh Abdullah al-Aljairi? Let's read what he said. Do you want to read?
Suleiman.
Okay, can we?
No,
Can we
because
put
I
up?
don't agree with Sheikh. We go back and forth on this matter. Suleiman
No,
ibn
no. Wait. You look.
Abdullah ibn Abdullah. What do you call it? And then write his
Can my
book.
admin put up the quote from Sheikh Abdullah Al-Jari?
Me and Sheikh Al-Jari, we go back and forth on this matter.
Let's read what
We
he
don't
had
agree
to
with
say.
each other on this.
Would you agree? Would you agree? He's more read on this movement than you and I. Would you agree with that?
Don't put me in this position because yes. Sheikh
No.
Abdullah is greater than me and everything. No, there's
Okay, khalas. So let's read what he has to say. Let me put up Sheikh Abdullah
Al-Jari.
Al-Jari.
Problem. Sheikh Abdullah Al-Jari, tell me his views on Takfir al-Shia. How does he interpret?
He has the same view as Sheikh al-Islam.
What does Sheikh Abdullah think about your views? If you want to go that way, about Iran, about the Shia. Does he agree with you?
No. About Iran.
So please let's not do this.
No. Hijab. Wait. You have to wait now. You asked me a question now. Okay.
Actually, I don't think we should disclose that because it's really private stuff.
No. Sheikh Abdullah, his views are on Twitter. Is open. Can we go in? Can we put up that tweet? My admin, if he's watching, can you put up that tweet?
Before
one of the last tweets I sent you.
Get the book up, please. Yeah, exactly. That's the book.
This is a futile exercise, Hijab. We're not going to agree on this.
It's not a futile exercise.
My reading is not the same as yours.
Okay.
No.
Look. Yeah, this is the one. So this is here. Look, Bismillah. Can we share that? All right, here we go. Can you see? All right. So this is a translation of the book of Sulaiman. You see, who is the grandson of Ibn Abdul Wahhab.
Just bring the Arabic. We can both understand Arabic.
No, because it's just a waste of time to keep translating it. If someone's already translated, it's good.
Yeah. We can both understand the Arabic, he says.
Yeah. So okay, beautiful. All right. You go to 75. Beautiful. Let's read it together because I think that what you're saying is actually.
I don't know why you're using Hijab. I don't know why you're using me for this exercise. I'm not going to agree with you on this.
Okay, let's read this out together.
Because I believe a lot of these accusations are false. I believe all of them.
Let's read it
a lot
from
of these accusations
themselves.
You're saying their da'wah was mass takfir, which is false. Their da'wah was emphasis on tawheed and abstaining from shirk and bid'ah. That was the da'wah.
What's the name of the book? Actually, forget about everything. I just noticed. What's the name of the book?
Which book?
This book.
I don't know. You put it up.
Okay, let's go and watch it together. Read it together. You're defending a position you don't know. Then go. Let's go up.
He's getting cooked.
Okay, so
bro, he's getting cooked.
الدلائل في الحكم المعالات أهل الإشراك.
Means the evidence for ruling regarding alliances with the infidels. Okay, so this guy here,
the polytheist more like أهل الإشراك. أهل الإشراك is the people of shirk.
Yeah, and who do you think he's talking about?
Who is he talking about?
He's talking about the Ottomans.
Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, this was required for them to then this led up essentially to the war with Egypt.
But do you know what the Ottomans were calling them? But do you know what the Ottomans were calling them?
I'm not here to defend the Ottomans. I'm saying that this is a movement.
Why be so obsessed and biased towards these guys?
Because these guys are part of the problem why we have an issue today in the Ummah. Why we have disunity.
No, absolutely.
Let me tell you why. No, let me explain why.
This is what Rand report. Wait. This is what Rand report says. This is what the colonial powers are saying. This is what the Rafida are saying today. This is what the common. So wait. Now let me explain something. The colonial puppets or the colonial establishment propagandists like William Wilson Hunter. He published a book in India in 1871. Actually, the book was published in London, and it was about India. The book is titled, "Are Indian Muslims, are they bound by conscience to rebel against the Queen?" In this case, Queen Victoria. In this book, you know who he targets? He goes, Wahhabis are the problem. These Wahhabis are the problem. They are the ones who are resisting our rule in India. Number one. Rand report recently published, right? Who is the problem? Wahhabis are the problem. They
Recently
are
published?
extreme.
What are
They
you,
are
retard?
takfiris. They are the ones resisting us. We need to neutralize them.
Where does it
Number
say they're the
two.
ones who are
Wait.
resisting?
Now, who's saying this now? Who's saying this? The number three entity? The Iranian propagandists, the Shia, the Rafida, Wahhabis. Wait. Hijab, let me finish. Wahhabis are the enemies of unity. Wahhabis make mass takfir of the Shia.
Okay.
We
And do
just
they not?
proved today it's not a Wahhabi phenomenon. It's an Ashari,
Okay.
Maturidi,
No, we didn't
Hanafi,
prove any of
Maliki,
that.
Shafi, Hanbali, Ahlul Hadith,
Adnan, we
Athari
didn't prove any of
phenomenon.
that. Adnan, we read a bunch of comments that said that if they do this, if these people do that, then they become disbelievers. These guys didn't do no Adr bil Jahl. They were making takfir of the Ottomans, and they were making takfir of those
You're
tribes
adding
that
this
allied with the
caveat from
Ottomans.
yourself.
So,
Yeah.
no, hold on. Adnan Rashid,
Yes.
let me ask you this.
Please. Yes.
Simple question. Let me ask. If any of these Najdis from the time of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab up until, let's say, Muhammad ibn Ibrahim, yeah?
Yes.
In that whole period, if any of them looked at any of the Muslim countries today, if they were making
Yes.
takfir of the Ottomans, and that's a historical documented fact which is incontrovertible and indubitable, right? If they were making takfir of the Ottomans, and not just the Ottomans, but they were making takfir of those who allied with the Ottomans, my question to you is this: would they or would they not make takfir of all of the Muslim countries today, including Saudi Arabia, and including all of the countries in the GCC and all the countries that exist that are Muslim today? Would they be making takfir or not, according to you?
Okay. Can I answer the question without interruption?
Yeah. But this is the question, yeah.
Okay. Their successors today, why don't we go to them? Their successors,
No, we're not
people
talking
who
about
uphold
their
that
successors.
very
They
da'wah.
changed their
Wait,
approach.
look. I barely said sentences. Okay, I barely said sentences. And you cut me. You see, this has to be fair. If you ask me a question, Brother Hijab, you have to let me finish my answer, because when you cut me, my answer is incomplete and people misunderstand. Okay.
I'm not talking
So this
about
is what
Bin
Twitter.
Baz and
This
Ibn
is what
Uthaymeen.
Twitter
I'm
does
asking
to us.
about this man who made takfir of the Ottomans and those who allied with them. Now you have
answer
like
your
all
question.
these GCC countries allying with
Let
America
me
and
answer your question.
other countries. Do you think that that would not constitute takfir on their books?
Let me answer your question.
Yeah.
The successors of this movement and the upholders of this movement today are the Hanbali, the Salafi scholars of the Gulf region. They are the successors of this movement. Okay, they today, if you look at the actions in the fatwa, they're not doing what you're saying. They are anti. Wait, hijab. They are anti-terrorism. They are anti-extremism. Okay, they are against rebellions because they believe rebellions will wreck the peace of these countries, and they are right about this. Okay, and they are the successors of this movement called the Najdi, the Wahhabi, the Salafi / movement. Okay, now let me finish. I'm finishing.
That's what your claim
Okay.
is. That's not true.
So your answer, Hijab, your answer
that's
is with
simply not
these
true,
people, the successor. So you can't
let me
just
tell you why that's
okay,
not-
wait.
can I
You
tell you why
can't
that's
read
not true?
Hijab. Let me finish. You can't read a situation from the 18th century into the 21st century in 2026. You can't do that. This is anachronism. This is anachronism. Yes.
Adnan, give me a second. We all know there's the first Saudi state, the second Saudi state, and the third Saudi state, right?
Yes.
The first Saudi state, let's just say it started in 1744 when the pact happened and ended with the defeat of Ali Pasha. And then the second Saudi state, they pick up the pieces again and they go for it again and they make another state in the Najd region. They get crushed by one of the tribes there, and then they make a third Saudi state. When they're making the third Saudi state now, by the 1930s, what happens is obviously before they find petrol or oil, but what happens is they have a movement, and these guys are called the Ikhwan, not the Muslim Brotherhood, but they have these guys called the Ikhwan.
Yes.
And then these Ikhwan movement, they are being used to overtake once again and centralize and expand into the Arabian Peninsula using the same tactics as they did before. But what happened in, is it 1929 or 1930, the Battle of Sibilla? What was that? It was when the king decided at the time that there was going to be a change in policy, because These Ikhwan wanted to continue expanding to the British protectorates of Iraq and Transjordan and all those areas. So because they wanted to expand to those areas, the king did not want that to happen. And as such, because the king did not want that to happen, there was a clash between the Ikhwan, who represented the puritanical, proper Najdi Dawah, and the king, who now wanted a statesman, sort of, he wanted to be a statesman, he wanted diplomatic relations with the British, with the whoever it was at the time, and so that he doesn't lose what he cut his losses. So the fact is that there was therefore a shift, Adnan, in the way that the kings chose the clergy, the ones who would come in and they would represent them. They would not choose people who represented the dawah of that takfir. People like Juhayman al-Utaybi, who, as you know, was actually he was actually one of the offspring, I think he was the grandson of one of the Ikhwan, one of the guys in the 30s who was spreading the Najdi dawah. And he seized the Kaaba in the year 1970, and he killed the Muslims, and he proclaimed that his brother-in-law is Al-Mahdi Al-Muntazar. So this, and then from that sprung out actually the modern takfiri movements, including but not limited to ISIS, not limited to Al-Qaeda, not limited to Boko Haram, and all of the rest of it. They draw their inspiration directly from this mass chain takfir, which had its beginning in this movement, which was a political movement. And like, for example, we just saw together the grandson of Ibn Abdul Wahhab was making chain takfir. I assure you that if these people were there, they wouldn't ever look at any of our countries and say they're Muslim countries. They would make easy takfir. The most faithful people to the positions of those early Najdi Dawah people were in fact the takfiris. And that's what makes me frustrated with modern Salafism. Modern Salafism, it combines ideas which are incommensurate and incongruent with each other. On the one hand, you want to have Ibn Taymiyyah, who was doing adhr bil-jahl when it comes to istighatha, where he was harboring al-Bakri in his house, who wrote a book on istighatha and trying to promote it, who, by the way, was in prison one time, was asked by the political authorities, would you have these people killed for doing istighatha? And he said no. You want to compare that man with a movement of men who came after him and who done chain takfir, killed people, and people, not all of them venerated saints and all that kind of thing. They, even when they did go, so we've lost his image. It's fine, but yani,
no, I'm trying to fix the charger. So continue.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So as I say, you know what I mean. You cannot compare. This is why I'm saying there's something unique. Almost every academic worth their salt, anyone who's read any history about this, will have to conclude there's a world of difference between the early Hanbalis, Ibn Taymiyyah on the one hand, and the Najdi Dawah on the other. Even what they did with the Shia in 1803, the sack of Karbala, and they went and destroyed people, massacred indiscriminately the people. That was not Islamic. No one dealt with the Shia like that before him, before these people. No one dealt with the Sufis like this before these people. That's what the that's the argument of Sulaiman ibn Abdul Wahhab. He said no one's dealing with us like that. The Hanbali scholars of his time, Ibn Abidin, the Hanafi, the huge scholar, he refuted him. He called him Khawarij. What do you call it?
Wait.
As-San'ani, by the way, Albani takes As-San'ani and the Shawkani refute them.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. You're making a lot of claims. You delivered a long speech. Now I listened to it very patiently. Now, can I respond to it without interruption? I didn't interrupt you.
I thought you were just fixing your charger.
There were times I wanted to interrupt you, but I didn't. Okay, so that our people can hear what you have to say, and let them hear what I have to say now. You now basically linked the so-called Salafi movement with Al-Qaeda.
No, not Salafi movement. Dawah Najdiyah.
No. Let me say what I have to say. Let me
say it right,
that's misrepresent you. Let me completely misrepresent you. Okay. And then correct me in your own time.
No. Okay. Dawah Najdiyah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's linked.
Dawah Najdiyah. You linked Dawah Najdiyah. You linked Dawah Najdiyah exclusively.
Not exclusively.
Or let's say, no. Yeah. You said okay. You said these are offshoots, ISIS,
I just said
Al-Qaeda,
that ISIS and Al Qaeda
Boko
are
Haram.
faithful to
Wait,
that
wait, wait,
movement,
wait,
chain
wait.
takfir
Hijab,
and
hijab.
making takfir of the governments. Yeah.
Let me finish, please. Look, I listened to you for a long time, so you need to let me finish. You did exactly. I'm not saying you're doing their work, but I'm saying you did exactly what the Rafida do. Every time they
Maybe
are
the Rafid
exposed.
are right on this issue then.
Wait, hijab, please. Every time they're exposed for the kufr and shirk, they start saying ISIS, they start saying Al-Qaeda, they start saying takfiris, killers, you want us dead, but there's nothing like that. They turn an academic discussion into all sorts of slurs. There is no connection between Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab and ISIS. There's no connection between Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab, apart from the fact that, you know, they were praying and ISIS were praying. Al-Qaeda people were praying and Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab was praying. Just like the Khawarij were praying.
What about the Najdi chain takfir? Is that similar to what the ISIS do?
Let me finish. Hijab. I listened to you for a long time. Okay. The Khawarij were praying, reading the same Quran as the Sahaba were praying and reading the same Quran. Now, if someone was to sit here and say, the Khawarij, you know, there was this guy called Ammar Nakshawani. You know what he said? He went further. He said, oh, forget about this talk about linking ISIS to Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab or Ibn Taymiyyah. Go to Abu Bakr, go to Umar. They are the precursors of ISIS. They are the ones who gave rise to ISIS. So where do we stop now? This idea, okay, what are you going to do with, and you said they're the only ones who did this to people. They went into Karbala and they did this. Do you know what the Ottomans
No, I didn't say it was the only ones like that. I know that there were people like the Safavids and Ibn Tumart and what you call Muwahhidun and stuff that did very bad things.
You have to let me finish. You have to let me finish. Hijab. Let people hear what I have to say so that they can hear my perspective.
You do have to represent me correctly, though.
So you're being very unfair to a movement which is currently led by scholars in the Gulf region, the Ahl al-Hadith. It's a global movement now. The Salafis are everywhere. They are in Australia, they're in the US, they are and
we're not
they're
talking
spreading.
about Salafis.
The Salafis are the Wahhabis, the so-called Wahhabis.
No, they're not. No. I'm not even mentioning the word Wahhabi.
They teach Usul al-Salat. Hijab, wait. They teach Usul al-Thalatha.
So before Ibn Abdul Wahhab, were the Salafis or not?
Yes. Sorry?
Before Ibn Abdul Wahhab, were there Salafis or not?
They are teaching Nawaqid al-Islam. They are teaching these books of Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab because they hold him dear. They hold him dear.
I know a lot of people hold him dear, but we've got to look at his. We've got to look at it.
You're cutting me.
We've got to look at his actions as well.
No, this is not hijab. This is not a healthy conversation. You have to let me finish. You're cutting me. Let me give these facts to people. They are not ISIS. They are not Al-Qaeda. They are not Boko Haram. So
you're right.
So are you gonna call Taliban as well now? ISIS and they have
more like Deobandis.
There are different types of Taliban in the world, right? So we can say this. Are the Deobandi ulama now responsible for any group of Taliban? They go and do something crazy. So Deobandi.
Taliban banned the books of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, actually. They banned Kitab al-Tawheed, actually.
Of Ash'ari theology, the Ash'ira, they are responsible. The ulama of Ash'ari school, they are responsible. The Maturidis, now because of what some people, the acts of terrorism some people might do, the Maturidis, because they are Hanafi Maturidi and the terrorists were Hanafi Maturidi, you are...
Yeah, all those Hanafi Maturidi terrorists out there, that mass takfir, yeah, of course.
Do you accept that the Najdi Dawah committed atrocities or not?
How, when you say atrocities and you single them out, I'm answering. When you single them out, then you must start being consistent, just like you want me to be consistent. People are saying you're harsh on Iran. You're not talking about the temples being built in which is haram, which I have condemned publicly. Temples
so do you think that if Abdul Wahhab was alive today, do you think he would say about a country building temples that they are what do you call it, Muslim?
He absolutely. If I, ADNAN RASHID, a student, listen, my answer, can say it's haram to build temples.
Haram, or is it not? Would they say this country is a Muslim country, or would they make takfir of the country?
I don't know. As I said, I'm not a mufti. But
So they
let me
make
tell you,
takfir of
I'm
the
not a
Ottomans for
I'm
grave
not a
work.
mufti.
Adnan,
let me tell
please,
you what I
Habibi,
believe. I
just
believe
let's be. This is
building
not being
temples. I
academically
believe
honest.
building hijab.
This is
Let me
not. This
finish.
is not being. Wallahi,
I believe
it beggars belief
hijab.
that this
Let me
can be
finish
even.
my position. Hijab. I believe
No,
building
it
temples
beggars
in
belief.
Jaziratul Arab
Beggars
is
belief.
haram.
Imagine now.
It is
Imagine.
not
Sorry.
permissible.
Imagine Ibn Abdul
It
Wahhab
is
and others
shirk.
making
It is
takfir of
kufr.
people
I
on the
don't know the
basis of
muftis.
istighatha, but then you've got a country building temples and then there's no takfir being made here. Do you think you would not make takfir on these people?
Hijab. I
Do you really
already
think that?
clarified. Okay. Hijab. Are you a mufti? Are you a mufti? No. I know the answer. No. Am I a mufti? No. Takfir is fatwa. Yes? Takfir is fatwa. So why do you want me to be a mufti tonight? Because I'm not going to be a mufti. You're not a mufti. I'm not a mufti. We cannot give fatwa.
If they were
Let's go
alive
to the
today,
ulama of those regions. Let's go to the ulama of those regions. Put the istifta.
I'm not
Put the
asking about those
istifta
ulama of
application
those
and
regions
say,
because
I want an answer on this question.
I'm
And let's see
simply
what they
asking a
say.
question. If you can make takfir of the Ottoman Empire for whatever reason they gave, yeah,
Who? Me?
and those who
Me?
not you, of course not. I'm saying that. So first of all, do you condemn the Najdi Dawa who did takfir of the Ottomans? Do you condemn that or not?
Do I condemn the Najdis for making takfir of the Ottomans? I don't believe they did. I believe they made takfir of certain practices.
Okay, so you don't believe the Najdi Dawa done takfir of the Ottomans?
You're not. Let me. If I
You don't
cannot
believe they did
complete
it?
my sentences, I believe they made takfir of certain individuals, certain establishments, certain practices, not the entire Ottoman Empire, not the entire Ottoman establishment.
Well, then
that
okay,
would
maybe
be madness.
I'll send you some sources out now. That's fine if you believe that.
So likewise, let me finish.
So
Likewise,
this is a consensus among historians. It's consensus. They say it themselves.
Ottomans made takfir of them.
Okay, no problem. Ottomans are bad. But I'm saying,
did you condemn?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, hijab. Do you condemn Ottomans for making takfir of them?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You condemn Ottomans for making takfir of them?
Now, since I've done it, do you condemn the Najdi Dawa for making takfir of the Ottomans?
If Najdis.
Not if. Habibi, come on.
So I'll let you laugh first.
Cook.
You
got cook.
Before you get my answer.
No, there's no way. There is no way you don't think. You can't. You have to believe.
Let me answer your question.
They were making treatises about it. They wrote books. The title is making takfir of the Ottomans.
I am aware. I'm aware.
Ibn Atiq made takfir of the Ottomans. It get open.
The Ottomans made takfir of them.
Okay. Why does that? No problem. The Ottomans are bad. Are they bad for doing that as well?
Look, Ottoman. Now let me answer.
So why can't you? What is it?
Let me answer.
Honestly, genuinely, there must be something.
Look,
what is stopping you
from
saying a bad word?
Why doesn't
these people are not prophets. These people are not prophets. You know, they are not. Why? They are not prophets. They can be wrong.
I made it very clear. I made it very clear. I don't like injustice. Okay,
so they were open about that.
Ottoman Muftis.
Wallahi, they were open about that. There's no contestation of the fact I'm making. No one makes contestation.
Who's choosing these comments? Who's choosing these comments? Who's choosing these comments?
I don't know, man. What's going on?
No, so can you post some balanced comments as well? I mean, you're posting comments from the Rafida, a bunch of Rafida commenting bots.
Adnan, wallahi, I think you're being unfair, and I think that you're afraid. I think you're afraid to make comments about that particular movement. I don't know what the reason is, but you have a very protective view of that region of the Gulf. There's no question. You can't say anything about that.
So can I completely say
even history? You can't say anything about it.
Okay.
No, I'm not even saying about like present time.
You're not letting me talk. Ottoman Muftis had their own reasons. The so-called Najdi Muftis had their own reasons. I have no business in it. Let them deal with it on the Day of Judgment. So why are you condemning one side? Why are you condemning one side and painting the other side as if they had nothing wrong?
Because this Najdi Dawa movement has come into our country, has come into the Western Muslims. I go to Brixton Mosque and these guys making takfir, or this or the other mosque over there in Luton or wherever it may be. People are making takfir and they're quoting Ibn Abdul Wahhab and his followers. They've never read a book of his, and they've been told by their
I think
by their sheikh
enough
good
of
things
the,
about these guys. They haven't been told. Actually, you know what? They'll probably killed you as well. Actually,
okay, hijab. So can we now move on to Iran and some of the lies Daniel put against me? I want to actually present the evidence where Daniel actually blatantly lied against me.
But before we get to Iran, would you
Yeah.
accept that on a theological level, if you follow this dawah of a dawah al-Najdiyah, if you follow a dawah al-Najdiyah, on a theological level, Iran
what
and
is
all of the
dawah?
Gulf countries are the same.
No. You need to define it. What is dawah al-Najdiyah? What is it?
Okay, let me define it. Beautiful. The dawah al-Najdiyah is the dawah that started with Ibn Abdul Wahhab and continued, I'm saying specifically, until Muhammad ibn Ibrahim.
What is dawah al-Najdiyah? You're giving me the history.
Dawah al-Najdiyah are the fatwas and the books and the treatises and the verdicts and edicts that were put forward by the scholars in the Najd region from the years 1744 to 1969.
What were they calling to? What were they calling to?
They were calling to good things and bad things. Some of the good things relate to they had a very uncompromising idea of tawheed. Yes, that's good.
You agree? You agree with them?
Yeah, on that point, yes. I agree with that point. Yes.
Okay.
I agree with this point. Yes.
What
I don't agree with how they implemented it. That's what I'm saying. I don't agree with how they implemented those things.
You wouldn't agree. You wouldn't agree with the Ottomans. You wouldn't agree with the Taliban.
Yeah, I don't agree with the Ottomans. I look at the Ottoman Empire. I look at the Abbasids. I look at the Umayyads. I look at every single empire in Islamic history have mistakes and have serious mistakes, and some of them are condemnable mistakes. I'm not an apologist for Islamic history.
I agree. So what's the point now? Why focus so much on the Najdis? What's the problem?
The problem is this. Okay, let me explain why. The reason why is because the dawah to Najdiyah has warped people's understanding of inkar al-munkar or nahi al-munkar.
No.
To a point.
No,
let me tell you why it's done it.
People...
Let me tell you why it's done it, Adnan. You asked me, so let me ask you. The reason I believe this has happened in a segment of Western Muslim society, what's happened is that these people are incapable of unity because they believe that in order for unity to happen, that there must be a perfect uniformity in the aqaid. And because of that, because they have such an uncompromising view based on the political ambitions of a movement that started a country and that has nothing to do with our lived reality, we are finding division, we are finding hatred between brothers and sisters, and in the worst cases we're finding extremism and killing. That's the reason why I'm talking about it.
It's all made up by the Unity Brigade. This is all made up. This is all made up by the Unity Brigade. Absolutely not true. Absolutely not true.
What's not true?
Unity Brigade.
Because let me explain.
Even unity is bad. But 4 hours ago he was saying we need it.
From Deobandi background and Sufi background, the Ash'aira, the ulama, they are unanimous. They are united on.
They would have been killed by him.
Theological.
They would have been killed by these guys.
Sorry,
so I don't understand why you're invoking these people. Look, I really don't understand this. You're invoking basically Sufis, right? People, Deobandis who have like tariqah. A lot of them have tariqah. So I'm asking this: if Ibn Abdul Wahhab was alive and these people were alive, what would you think he'd do to them?
Did you know he was initiated in the Qadri tariqah himself? Did you know that?
Yeah, but he didn't follow through with any of that. It's meant to be Hanbali through and through.
Hijab, you don't. Do you know he himself took training in tasawwuf? So did Ibn Taymiyyah. So did Ibn Qayyim.
Okay, that's relevant. These are like trivial, unnecessary facts.
No.
To be honest, I don't know about all that.
No,
I don't know about all that. I have to look at the tahqiq of all these masail.
I don't understand the obsession with the Najdis, the Wahhabis, when we have such big criminals.
I've only mentioned them twice or three times, and I've got like 2,000 videos online.
Sorry?
I've got like 2,000 videos in 10 years, and I've only mentioned this movement like 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
So that's not even 1% of my output.
So now the issue is hijab. Let's talk about Iran, the bigger culprit here.
Yeah, but the reason why it wouldn't be the bigger culprit, according to the Najdi Dawah, is because I personally believe if you're a true follower of the Najdi Dawah, you would make takfir of every single Arab country and every single Muslim country. And
keep
if
dreaming
you're
about
not, then you're not being consistent. And then therefore there's no difference
Yeah.
between Iran and
Yeah.
those
Yeah,
countries.
you can keep dreaming about it. You can keep dreaming about your view of the Najdi Dawah and your nightmares, no problem.
Well,
You're welcome.
you
You're welcome to do
think that they didn't make
So-
takfir of the Ottomans, which is a
You're-
basic
we-
historical
We
fact.
have scholars.
If you go to
we have
10
scholars
AI
and
models, 10 AI models, if you go on Google, if you go and ask a white man, a black man, a historian, what do you call it, an Arab or non-Arab, anyone will tell you they expressly made takfir of the Ottomans and they made chain takfir. But
And
it
so
seems
did
to
the
me that
Ottomans.
you've
So did
even
the
denied
Ottomans.
that they
Why
do
mention
that.
one side?
You've
Why
even
mention
denied
one
that
side?
they
So
do
did the
that.
Ottomans. So did the Ottomans. So did the Ottomans.
Okay, well, so did the Ottomans. The Ottomans were bad, but you don't want to condemn. You condemn the Ottomans, but you don't want to condemn these people for some reason.
I don't
Why?
condemn any. I say their actions are with them. The Ottomans and the Najdis will face each other on the day of judgment, and Allah will decide.
All right, let me ask you this.
So why mention one group?
Why? Okay,
Why mention
beautiful.
one group and completely ignore the other? Why?
You're from
Why
you're in
do that?
Pakistan, right? Right now, you're in Pakistan, aren't you?
No, I'm in an unknown location right now.
All right, you know, because you mentioned it in the beginning of this.
Burj
So
Khalifa.
let's say you're in Pakistan right now, right?
Burj
Now, let's say
Khalifa,
you've got a
Dubai,
band of people, a group of people.
Tel Aviv.
Now, these people, they want to spread Islam and they want to spread monotheism in your country. And so what they do is they go to areas where they know that the saint veneration, and then they start essentially with force killing the people in those areas. Would you support that movement or not?
I absolutely don't believe they did this. They didn't do it.
No, I'm asking, would you
That's a
support
lie.
that movement or not?
No, absolutely not. I
Why not?
would not support any. Wait, let me answer now. I would not support any movement killing innocent people just over a theological difference. I would not.
Okay, so what did they do?
If it's a
then?
government,
Except unless they're
if it's a
Shia.
government, wait. If it's a government and it decides to pursue a specific understanding of Islam, like the Ottomans did, like the Taliban, whether we like it or not, they are the government now. Okay, in Afghanistan. Okay, they are pursuing a specific theological view. Okay, Saudi Arabia is pursuing a specific theological view. Okay, there are other governments. Now, if that specific theological view they start to impose on people, if they start to impose that view on people and they ban certain practices and certain things, and then in return, some of these tribes, some of these villages, some of these people who do practice those things start to fight back the government. And they rebel against the government. Like what happened with the Ottomans. Repeatedly, Ottomans had this experience. Repeatedly, right? They had this experience.
So what would you think of that?
Yet you don't find a problem with them. You don't talk.
No. You didn't answer the question. I didn't get the answer because we were just waiting there on a cliffhanger.
I'm coming to the answer.
Yeah. So what's the answer?
So if the people, and there's an already established government. There is a capital.
Yeah, so like you said, let's say the Afghanistan. Let's say like Taliban, they're now practicing the strict form of Najdi Dawah Tawheed. Now, if they come into Pakistan, can they take over Pakistan?
The problem is you don't like my answers. You don't like my answers.
No, can they do it or not?
I'm trying to finish my answers, but you don't like my answers.
Yeah, go on.
Finish my answer. I am repeatedly struggling to finish my answers with you, right? So, if a government decides that it wants to take action against a group that has rebelled either due to political grievances or religious grievances.
Not rebelled. We're talking about expanding.
Yes, every government expands if it can.
Beautiful. So now if the Taliban is preaching a Najdi Dawah form of Tawheed and they want to take over Pakistan,
I don't think they are. Taliban are
no, let's just say that's what they want to do.
He doesn't understand hypotheticals.
Would you support them?
He doesn't understand hypotheticals.
Taliban,
he doesn't understand conditionals, hypotheticals. It's like a double-digit IQ problem.
If it's conditional.
So if Taliban decide to put a certain practice in place, or they start banning,
expanding,
which they have. Which they have.
Not in Afghanistan. Expanding to other places, coming into areas where Sufi areas in Pakistan. Now crossing the border. Would you support this movement or would you not support this movement?
No, I wouldn't. Why? Why would they?
Why not?
Okay, unprovoked.
Since you support the Najdi Dawah, why do you not support that?
Let me answer your question. Why would a group of people ruling a territory in their clearly defined borders attack another country?
Okay, so in the same
that's what the
Wahhabis
did.
Najdi Dawah.
Oh my God.
couldn't the same argument be made against the Najdi Dawah? Because the Najdi Dawah
All the
was
arguments.
it was expansionary. It expanded into areas where there's other Muslims. They went to Hijaz.
You
They were not
are
in the Hijaz. They were in Najd.
You are
They went to
obsessed
Mecca,
about
Medina, which is Hijaz.
more than you need to you need to look at not the fly but the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is Iran, not the Najdis. Najdis are peaceful people, so-called Najdi Dawah, the Salafis predominantly around the world.
I'm not talking about the current ones.
From
I'm
Morocco,
talking about the historical ones.
Let me talk. From Morocco to Indonesia, the Salafis are a peaceful people. They get down to studying. They get down to their pure.
They're brilliant people. They're excellent.
Wait. And so are the most Muslims. This goes for Ash'ari. This goes for Maturidi. People of Maturidi.
I don't want to push this further because I feel like I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, it feels like you're pushing too much on this point. So let's move on.
Okay, fine. I'm not going to push it further.
Okay. So coming
what
back.
What did you want to ask?
Some of the accusations made by Daniel Hakikaju. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to put this on record that he lied through his teeth, and you did try to defend me, which I really truly appreciate from the depth of my heart. But I think your defense wasn't strong enough, not because you didn't want to do it, because you didn't have the information. You didn't have the information at hand to defend me enough, because he made accusations against me which were blatantly, outrightly false. So we're going to play his clip one by one. There are 10 lies that he made, and we're going to respond to them, inshallah. So can we play that clip very quickly, inshallah?
10. We're going to be here until midnight. It's going to be Fajr.
And he's doing this due to his zeal for the Iranian regime. Okay? He's very
when
zealous
we see someone like ADNAN
for the
RASHID
Iranian regime.
or any of
And he feels very bitter about my opposition. So let's play it.
these clowns, and they go and they say that Muhammad Hijab is potentially a kafir. You don't know like what kind of psychos like Daeshis are still around in places like London, Birmingham. You don't know who's going to come up behind you. You don't know who, when he's saying that you're potentially a kafir. Imagine that. These are his words.
Well, he
from
didn't say it like that, though, Daniel. What he said was this. I remember what he said. I can read.
Okay, so keep the screen on, please, while we're discussing it, inshallah. So here, Muhammad Hijab was saying, I didn't say that, which I didn't. I didn't say that. I said anyone who believes that Abu Bakr Umar is a kafir, okay, is basically a kafir, okay. And if you don't
said he's
believe
potentially
that they
kafir,
are kuffar, those people who call Abu Bakr and Umar a kafir, if you don't believe they are kuffar, then you're denying tawatur, and you're denying everything Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught. And he was lying to your face and to the face of the whole world that I had called you a kafir, which was a lie. So we're going to have to...
potentially kafir, you did!
The tweet as well, kindly. Thank you very much for that. So let's continue. Move forward, please.
No! You didn't put up the tweet.
Basically Shia beliefs.
Mass takfir, yeah. If you don't mass takfir the Shia...
No, not that. I don't think he was...
Because they have this belief. They have this belief. Therefore, if you don't believe that they're all kuffar, then you are a kafir. That's what he said about you.
Okay, stop that.
Let me get it, because I think we have to be very fair.
I didn't say that. The Ottoman... can you pause that? Yeah. I didn't say that. The Ottoman Mufti, Shaykh al-Islam Abu Saud, he said this, that if you don't believe the Rafida or kuffar, you are a kafir yourself. If you have any doubt about the kafir, you're a kafir yourself. And there are multiple authorities from the history of Sunni Islam who said this. I didn't say that. Okay.
Have to be fair.
Continue.
That's why I became woke to Ibn Abdul Wahhab after October 7th, because what shocked me, what really opened my eyes, was you saw these Wahhabis, someone like Shamsi going to Hyde Park and saying that we don't support the Palestinians. They deserve what they're getting because they have faulty aqidah. They worship graves. They ally with the Rafida, and therefore they deserve to be annihilated. They deserve to be occupied until they correct their aqidah. That is what he said.
He didn't say those exact words, did he?
Not those exact words, but that is the message.
Yes, okay. So he admits that he didn't say those words because he wouldn't. He didn't say those words, and we have to be just to people. So this guy is a compulsive liar, habitual liar. He is lying on people, knowing well that they didn't make these statements. They didn't say this. Okay. So no Muslim in their right mind would
But
say
on that
this.
point, to be fair, he conceded it. When I corrected him, he said he didn't say those exact words. Whatever.
Yeah, but look at the spin he's putting. He's like I changed. I became I changed after the 7th of October looking at Shamsi. I saw Shamsi and I changed. Okay, and the Wahhabis changed him. So this guy is a pure liar. Nothing changed him. What changed him was the love of the Rafida in Iran. Okay, he condemns at face value. He condemns.
But maybe you hate them too much, though. I think you guys. Maybe
I have to hate anyone who calls Abu Bakr and Umar a kafir. To hell with these people.
Sure, but yeah, I know.
But he can't hate the Hindus.
Hindus that what do you call it? That we can do unification with
to
them.
Hell with these people. Go to hell.
If we can unify with Hindus, then surely we can unify with Shia on some issues.
Are you saying I said it without qualification? Didn't you agree with me on that?
What is it? So no, I mean, like in the same sense that you can do it with Hindus, you can surely do it with some Shiites.
No. I said anyone who does not attack Muslims, doesn't kill Muslims, you can have strategic alliance with them. Why is he singling out? Because I was speaking about the Indian situation specifically. I would say the same about Britain. I would say in Britain.
What about non-violent Shiites?
If they are Zaydis and they are non-violent and they're not.
No, but if they're 12ers, but they're non-violent, just like the Hindus.
I cannot sit on the same table and laugh and smile and someone who believes Abu Bakr and Umar were kuffar. Okay,
but
if someone insults your mother,
why not?
No. Let me ask you this question: if someone insults your respected, beloved mother, and you know this person hates
what about
mother
Jews?
And calls her XYZ.
Jews consider Isa alayhi salam to be in hell.
Wouldn't do it.
With Maryam.
To be honest, I think
with his mother.
Different. You know why?
No, it's not different. It's worse.
It's really different.
It's worse.
No, it's not worse.
Do
you know when people say that? I used to think that would make sense, but now I've realized it doesn't. Let me give an example, right? You can have a person who's like an atheist who doesn't believe in God. Yeah, you can have someone like the Quran says, what do you call it? Those who believe that God has taken his son, takadul samawat, that the heavens and earth could have been cleft asunder, etc., just by saying that. So there's a lot of strong wording about these things, right? About shirk is worse actually than the insulting of Sahaba by any standard. But we're okay to sit on tables with Sikhs, with Hindus, with every other faith, with atheists, with people that are, homosexual, wherever it may be. We're okay to sit on tables with them. So I don't know why this. It seems, Adnan, if we're being honest, like you have a very special rule for these 12ers, and I don't know where it comes from. If you're granting concession to these Hindus that you can sit with them sometimes, or you can sit with these other guys sometimes, then okay, we can have the same principles and apply it to the 12ers.
I grant this concession based upon the example of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made strategic alliances with non-Muslims who were not attacking him, who were not killing him. This principle comes from the.
Why can't you say the same thing about the 12ers?
Wait. Before this Rafida condemn me or make up stories about me and make up emojis and the memes about me, I need them to know that they are liars and they're attributing things to me that I don't believe in. Okay, so sitting with a mushrik who is not insulting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a different matter. Okay, is a different matter when it comes to sitting with a mushrik who is saying your Allah is X, Y, and Z. You cannot sit with such a mushrik. Likewise, someone who doesn't believe in Umar and Abu Bakr, okay, who doesn't believe in them, right? But someone who insults them as religion.
Yeah, sure. No, of course. If they're insulting them,
someone who insults
with them as but not all Shias do that.
Okay, no problem. Let's move on.
So can we then, with those Shias who don't do that,
let's move on.
Can we then what do you call it? Have the same sort of attitude that you said about the Hindus?
Yeah, Zaydis and Shias by name, no problem.
No, yes, 12ers who also have the same non-violent, non-disrespectful tone towards us. Why can't we have the same principle with them?
Non-violent 12ers, where are they? Where do they live? Because Iran.
I'm sure there's lots. I've met lots of them in London. I mean, there's lots of them that I went to school with. None of them disrespected me by talking about Umar.
Do you know a lot of them travel? A lot of them, I'm not saying all. A lot of them travel to Iran and they went to Syria for
No, but
training.
when I went to
You
school
know-
with a lot of them, and I grew up with them in their areas and stuff. To be honest, I had limited disrespect from them.
Okay,
So, yeah.
so let's move on to the next point with Daniel.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah,
Next
and
point.
then obviously, like, you know that, you know, Khomeini and Sistani and those, they make fatwas about like not doing sab of the Sahaba and all these kind of things. Khomeini, not Khomeini. I think both of them actually. I think a lot of them they kind of have this idea.
Hijab, are you serious about this? Are you serious about this?
Yeah, they say in public that you shouldn't do it. I think these are the official positions of them.
They believe it.
Is there something you want to say about that?
Okay, put up the clip of Khamenei, please. Put up the clip of Khamenei, please.
What clip? But they have these fatwas, right?
First, we will show Daniel's tweet. Can we show Daniel's tweet and put up a clip from Khamenei? It's coming. It's coming. Just give one to few seconds.
They have like masadir and stuff. They say that you're not meant to do it publicly.
You just said they have given fatwa against insulting the Sahaba. You just said it, right? And you put up a Wikipedia.
No, they did have official fatwa.
I'm going to show you the reality. Wait, Hijab. I'm going to show you the reality. So
Sure.
Put up Daniel's claim as well, please. Where is my admin gone? Assalamu alaikum, admin. Okay.
He's sleeping.
Put up Daniel's tweet first. Here it is. Daniel's tweet. No. Daniel's tweet first. Daniel's tweet and then this clip, please. Wait. Okay. Okay. Here we have Daniel Hakikaju saying anyone who accuses Ayatollah Khamenei of insulting Sahaba is an Israeli-backed account trying to stoke sectarianism between Sunnis and Shia. Sectarian haters and Israeli psyop. Okay.
Yeah, see, I don't agree with that at all.
Sorry, you don't agree with that? Good. Okay, we will see why we shouldn't agree with that now. Because now anyone who plays original clips of Khamenei insulting the Sahaba is an Israeli agent. Okay, this is the propaganda of the Rafida and the Iranians. Let's play Khamenei. Let's watch.
Sure.
Let's sit back and watch.
همون کاری رو میکنن که تلهه کرد زبیر کرد آیشه کرد
I can't understand that.
It's translated.
همون کاری رو میکنن که تلهه کرد همون کاری رو میکنن که تلهه کرد زبیر کرد
That's gibberish. Like,
آیشه کرد
اونها کمک کردن به کشته شدن عثمان. حادثه این تسلط کفر و نفاق
اون سوابق محو شد، تمام شد. به سرمایه‌دارهای درجه اول اسلام
عمل میکنم و به اجتهاد اونها کاری ندارم.
what is being translated has nothing to do with what is being
علی
said.
ابن ابی طالب است.
So yeah, if he's doing that, then I condemn him. Condemn that.
اعطیت سحرا مثلی یه خویشاوند سببی مثل من تو داری، من ندارم. رستم هست مثل پیغمبر یکیه. یه پدرزنی مثل من تو داری. پدرزنای پیغمبر کیا بودن؟ بعضیا کافر، بعضیا مشرک.
نوشتن در آخر کار عثمان اعتراض ها به او زیاد شده بود، کسانی مخالفت میکردن، اشکالات زیادی بر او وارد میکردن، از مصر آمده بودن، از عراق آمده بودن، بصره و جاهای دیگه. بالاخره یک جمع زیادی درست شدند و خانه عثمان رو محاصره کردن، جان عثمان رو تهدید کردن. خب اینجا یک کسی در مقام امیرالمومنین چه میکرد؟ یک کسی که خودش رو صاحب حق خلافت بدونه و 25 ساله که از این حقی که برای خودش مسلمه که این حق اوست او رو کنار گذاشتن. به رفتار حاکم کنونی هم اعتراض داره. حالا میبینه که اطراف خانه او رو گرفتن، او رو محاصره کردن. آدم معمولی حتی برگزیدگان و چهره‌های
agitating, you know.
والا در اینجا چه کار میکنن؟ همون کاری رو میکنن که دیگران
By
کردن.
the way, I haven't prayed Maghrib and Isha yet.
همون کاری رو
I'm
میکنن
doing
که
combination
طلحه زبیر کرد،
of both of them because of the
عایشه کرد.
British summertime, but I've got like an hour until.
بقیه کسانی که در
So
ماجرای
maybe we should
عثمان
end it
به
here,
نحوی
Adnan, because I need to
دست
pray.
داشتن
Wait.
اونها کردن
So this question came up.
که ماجرای قتل عثمان
Now,
یکی از
Can we stop this now? Yeah.
Pray
Go
as well.
on now.
Okay. So it's clear now. We have clips. We have original
Yeah,
evidence. from
that was
Trump.
you're right. I'm willing to concede this. If this is
So Daniel,
you're absolutely right.
Concede what?
Daniel,
Like, we didn't see
calling
anything.
anyone exposing this reality, okay,
Yeah.
to the world, calling them Israeli psyops, Israeli agents.
Yeah, that's
just
wrong. I
because-
mean, it's absolutely.
Why?
Well, look, Adnan, look, I think, but can I tell you what I think is really happening? And you know, I'm saying this as a brother, and you know, I love you guys. I love everyone. I said, like I said before, I have a connection to you guys. I want the best for you guys. I might disagree with you on the Nejdi Dawah thing, and I don't know what else. Some, you know, takfir of the mass Shias. I think closer than we thought we were. But the fact is this: I do think I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to say this to you as a brother, and I know this from someone who does it myself. I think Twitter brings out the worst in you, man. It brings out the worst in me, and it brings out the worst in you. Because when we're on there, look how you are now. Like, you're composed, you're eloquent, you're articulate, you're making your case, you're arguing your points. You know what I mean? Like, you're nuanced. No one knew that you had these views about the Shia. Way more nuanced. We still disagree, I think, but the disagreement is much less than we thought it was, right? And because you were able to speak out, and on Twitter, for whatever reason, you just bring out these almost angry sort of comments and stuff like, and it can just undo a lot of work that you've spent so long doing. So I think that you should be strict on yourself, make a public announcement today, maybe, that, you know what, I'm going to reduce my tweets. I'm going to be very surgical and strategic. And back and forth with Daniel, I promise you, for both of you, it's not a good look. Wallahi, it's a lose-lose situation.
I believe because of him connecting myself and Brother Fareed to those terrorist attacks deliberately to harm us. He did this to harm us, clearly, right? 30 brothers from the Dawah community made a statement against him that we have nothing to do with this guy, because they all felt the pain. Okay, they all felt that this guy is so unprincipled and he is so dangerous for the brothers. He can disagree with you and accuse you of being ISIS, accuse you of being Al-Qaeda.
But Adnan, if we're being fair, you also were really harsh with him. You called each other names. You've done things now. It's done now. I think that honestly, the public is sort of tired of it. If I'm honest,
no, like hijab, don't you think?
I think you should rise above it. If I'm honest,
hijab. To be fair, do you think this is decent behavior? I've never done that to him.
I think both of you have shown indecent behavior to each other.
No, hijab, not you. There's no comparison. I'm not willing to accept. Where have I actually connected him to a terrorist group?
I think you called him Muta, something about Muta, son of Muta, something like that.
No. I never called him the son of Muta. Never, not me. No,
are you sure?
Not me. No, absolutely.
Are you sure?
I've never called him
Muta boy. What does Muta boy mean? We saw the tweets.
I've called him a Muta prostitute for mullahs, just as he called me prostitute for the Gulf regimes. That's what he did, right? I called him a Muta prostitute for the mullahs. I never called him the son of Muta. I would never insult his mother. Absolutely never. Okay. So now coming back to the point. Okay.
Yeah, but it's, what do you call it? It's still bad though. It's still like this language.
He makes a comparison between me connecting him to the Iranian regime and him connecting us to terrorist organizations. There's no comparison. I've never said about any terrorist organization that they should get more weapons.
Okay,
they should get more militias. They should get more proxies. They should get nuclear.
How would you want to proceed with this? Because look, let me ask. If I ask the public now, let me ask the people. There's 2,500 people watching. That's quite a lot, isn't it? That's quite a big number. Adnan. People loving it.
Yeah.
People loving it. People loving our story. Let me ask the public and see who thinks that Adnan Rashid should continue just, saying whatever.
Should continue living.
Yeah, just going hard on Twitter against
No.
what do you call it? Press 1 if you think you should do it, and press 2 if you think actually no, enough is enough. Let's not do it. So press 2 on the chat. Let's see.
I can delete my Twitter account tomorrow. Okay, but the question still stands.
Why do we have Tuesday, Adnan?
Why Muslims out there?
See, the people really want you to stop.
Still even talking to this guy, still even talking to him after what he did to innocent brothers. After
his chat is all twos.
He is not innocent.
They want him to shut up.
Openly supporting Iran, getting weapons, getting militias and proxies. He's saying it publicly. Myself, I've never said that about any government in my life. I have never said any government should get weapons.
Except the Hindus. Except the Hindus and Jews, the good ones that you love.
I've never supported violence. I've never supported violence. Never in my entire life. This guy sitting in his dungeon or basement is saying Iran should get
in my dungeon.
Iran should have more proxies.
I live in a castle with my dungeon.
Okay. In spite of the fact that the Iranian government actively participated in the genocide of Muslims in Syria. Today, Muslims have forgotten Syria. Shame on us. Shame on us. Okay, if one of our sisters or daughters was raped by a bunch of wolves and hyenas, okay, which is what was going on in Syria.
And I agree with you on that, Adnan. I think that Syria is
would never think of sitting.
It's a shame.
Yeah, people have forgotten Syria. People have forgotten the genocide of Syria is fresh. Sadnaya prison is fresh.
Yeah.
You're telling me Hezbollah wasn't there? You're telling me Iraqi militias were not there? You're telling me Iranian generals were not there on the ground? Iranians are the reason why Bashar stayed in power for 10 years, dropping barrel bombs on densely populated areas. Iranians are the reason, Iranian generals, not people. Okay. Now, this is another question, Hijab, I want to address. Okay. Danny Lakika,
let's make this the last one because
he claimed I did not condemn the killing of Iranian people. I want to bring that clip up. Can you listen to this clip and see my response to it? Bring his clips back, please.
That is the message from Al-Albani, actually. That is the message. Al-Albani, you know his
position. I think
Al-Albani says that the Palestinians need to leave.
Yeah,
right?
It's what we would say the entailment of what they say rather than what they say. Then, like,
to
be fair here on this.
Even
though, look, I'll be honest. I've been
Shamsi, okay?
I've been on the receiving end of
all of these. I'm talking about this entire,
the
entire Wahhabi network. Okay? Not belittle the fact that he says that the jizya is not practical. Okay, applying the jizya. This is a shocking statement of kufr. Actually, if you interpret.
Pause that, please. I never said jizya is not practical. I said
you did.
Aurangzeb Alamgir to implement jizya in India in 1670.
I don't think anyone cares about that. To be honest.
Am I wrong to say that? Because Muslims were a minority, they were already struggling. For him to impose jizya on the majority, it was not a pragmatic move. Right? So go back to his clips. Go back to. I never said that. So he's a liar. Again, he's a liar. Attributing, and I want to show you black and white lies of his now. Go back to the clip, please.
This is his response. He doubles down. So the Saudi Wahhabi ideology contributed directly to the creation of the state of Israel. And this is a history that a lot of Muslims don't know.
That's a lie.
But this was a big part. I'm not saying this was the only factor, okay, that led to the creation of Israel. But this was a major factor, was the Wahhabi betrayal of the Ottomans and collaborating with the British. And it's all documented. These British officials are saying that Abdulaziz ibn Saud is so compliant. He loves us. He thinks that we're people of the book. He says that he'll marry his daughters to us because we're Ahlul Kitab, but he won't marry his daughters to the Ottomans because the Ottomans are mushriks. Literally, this is in their books, the British books that have been documented about this betrayal. This is coming from the founder of what eventually became Saudi Arabia, Abdulaziz ibn Saud. And this it was all.
Abdulaziz has become the Imam of the Wahhabi movement or the Najdi movement. He, in fact, killed Ikhwan, as we discussed earlier. He killed Ikhwan. Okay. So what is he talking about?
But he killed the Ikhwan because they no longer served his purpose.
But the Ikhwan,
he was using them.
Of course, he was a king. He was a king's. You know, if you were a king in his place, I don't know what you would do.
I wouldn't
But
do
anyway,
this.
move on. Let's move on.
Honestly,
Let's move on. Let's move on.
I wouldn't kill anybody, man.
I wouldn't kill
do
anyone.
that. I would be a
Basis
horrible
of the
leader because I'd be
Wahhabi
too like.
ideology.
So this is a good. Jack,
Yeah,
The authorities, Wahhabi authorities, if you look historically, even as early as 2005, like Fawzan, the whole don't boycott Israel, like boycotting Israel is haram. Where does someone like Rabbi Ferris get that
lying,
from?
as you corrected him. Again, he's lying. He's attributing the most evil things to the ulama, to the scholars. Clearly, he's on
Israel.
This is like Iblis turning sides.
But I'll be honest.
They don't. They actually are in favor. They're in favor of massacres against Iranians. They're in favor of these attacks against Iran.
What Daniel does is he goes for the States
or Israel.
Pause. Do you know?
He goes for the entitlement.
No. Did you hear what he said there? Did you hear what he said? He said, myself, ADNAN Rashid, and Fareed are in favor of the killing of the Iranian people. So can you bring up my tweets now, please? My tweets.
You are. If you're neutral when the U.S. bombs Iran, then you're in favor. That the entailment of that is that you're fine with them being killed.
It's not just about what you're saying, but it's about how often you say something.
So no, it's not. Hijab.
If we go on Grok right now, if we go together on Grok,
let's see how often I said it. Let's see how often.
Let me show you what I think. This is an important thing to do.
Let's see.
Let me ask Grok a question. All right, like if you go on Grok and you ask Grok this question.
No. Before we get to Grok, let's see my screenshots. Just.
I'll let you see it. Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to put the question down. I was going to say, give me a number. Give me a proportion of Adnan Rashid's tweets.
Ask a question. How many times
condemning Iran versus Israel and or let's say the GCC countries or something?
No,
give me a percentage.
This is a very direct point. He accused me of agreeing with the killings of the Iranian people, right? Ask a question from Grok. How many times Adnan Rashid has condemned the killings of Iranian people?
That's fine. This will tell us that as well.
No, he won't. He won't because you're putting.
I think the point is you're going to make a point about you've condemned this, that, and the other. I'm saying it's about proportionality.
But first of all, why do I have to talk about every single country in the world and their crimes and their virtues? Why?
No, because if you're going to talk about the geopolitical issues,
if I point to a crime, if I say there's a rapist in this neighborhood, okay, and if the rapist and his family turns around and says to me, you know what, there's a rapist in the street next, the next street. Why don't you?
There's more than one of them.
No, that's what I'm saying. If I point to a rapist and I say you are a rapist, you raped someone, and
I think we should just do like Iran
him
versus
and his family turns around.
Iran versus
him and
Israel.
his family turn around and they say to me, why are you pointing at us?
Yeah, Iran
look
versus
at the
Israel.
rapist next door. There's a rapist living next door to you. I would say, yeah, okay, there's a rapist living next door to me, but you're still a rapist. You're still a criminal. This is the gaslighting these people do.
All right. Okay, yeah, this is good. So as you can see here, look, approximately 50% condemning Iran, 45% give or take Israel, and 5%
I think that's wrong.
GCC countries.
It's way more with condemning
So
Iran
the
and
issue is that there's
Rafida
genocide
and
now with
12ers.
Israel, and you're talking about Iran more than you're talking about Israel.
There's a genocide in Syria.
Not as it's happening now. Where's the genocide happening in Syria now?
It happened for 15 years. It happened.
No, but we're talking about the genocide is happening now in Palestine. So it doesn't make sense that you're talking about Iran more than you're talking about Israel.
I've talked about it repeatedly. I'm talking about it. This is the
gaslight. The fact that there's even a proportionality on it, it's not. I don't think this is normal.
To go back to the point where he accused me.
The other thing is he condemns Shia theologically, but with Jews he says, no. I only talk about the Zionists. Don't talk about Jews.
Yeah. Yeah. But do you see the point there, Adnan? Though, do you see what the argument is?
I see gaslighting, deliberate accusations of inconsistency. There is no inconsistency. I am simply highlighting the fact that the reason why I'm talking about Iran now is because many Muslims are falling for this propaganda that Iran is our well-wisher. Iranian government, the mullahs, are doing it for Palestine. They are trying to claim credibility, the genocide in Syria. This is why I am specifically addressing the Iranian problem. I'm saying they are not our brothers, number one. They are not our defenders. They are not fighting for Palestine. Rather, they are one of the biggest criminals, one of the biggest criminal entity in the Middle East. An expansionist, sectarian, hateful entity that took Iraq from us and that took Syria from us. So here,
but do you not think that this could be like, in a way, detracting or deprecating from the work that you do in the usual dawah that you do, because this is making you a very polarized figure, and it's like the constant discussion about this, the constant back and forth. It could be taking away from like some people's impression of you as, you know, the classy and world-class sort of polished debater that you always were and always hopefully will continue to be.
Speaking the truth always has a cost, and I'm paying the cost, and I don't mind paying the cost. I'm aware of the fact that, you know, what we call tajdeed in the deen. You know, tajdeed is when a concept of Islam or an imminent matter is being ignored and is being brushed under the carpet. This right now, people thinking that the Iranian regime is somehow our friend, our well-wisher, our protector, okay, our only hope in the world, is a lie. It's like saying the Zionist regime of Israel is our protector, our defender, is our only hope. This is the point I'm making. The ulama of Islam have made it very
clear. Would you rather Israel expand or Iran expand in the region?
Sorry?
If there was no choice but two, either Israel is going to expand or Iran is going to expand, which one would you prefer?
I would pray to Allah that, oh Allah, none of them expand, because both of them are absolutely bad news.
But if you had to choose one,
absolutely. Okay, I'll answer this question. Let me answer it. There are two gangsters in your neighborhood. Okay, they both have deadly weapons. One of them raids your house, rapes your daughter, kills your father, and stabs your brother, and robs you and goes away. Another gang of criminals comes in and strikes your mother in the head, causing her to bleed, breaks your kitchen, okay, and sprays your living room with the bullets, and your little daughter gets killed. Okay, so now these are two criminal gangs, both of whom have committed crimes against you, right? Now what happens? They start fighting each other. Okay, so imagine now you and your family start saying, you know what, even though this second gang has raped us, killed us, and damaged us so much, we will stand with them, okay, against the other criminal gang. Okay, this would be absolutely absurd. You would say, and your family would say, you know what, both of these criminals, let them fight and neutralize each other. I have nothing to do with it.
Let them fight is one thing, but if you had to choose between one of them,
they are both criminals.
Who would you choose?
They are both criminals. Sorry?
If you had to choose, no, I'm not asking let them fight. That's not the question I'm asking. If you had to choose between either Iran or Israel to expand their power in the region, which of those two countries? If there was only one choice.
Absolutely.
No, if there was only one choice, which one would you choose?
The solution lies with Muslim governments of the region. They should bring together minds and heads.
Didn't he say that they're
which one do you reckon is more dangerous?
Muslim? Like he doesn't mass fear them?
I'm about to make a very important point. After this recent conflict, what has become very clear for the Gulf Arabs is that Israel is an enemy and Iran is an enemy, because Iran shot them down. Okay, the Americans are only there for their own interest in the Middle East. Okay, they are using them today and they're going to walk away tomorrow. Okay, they need to make a confederation, which they tried to do, right? They need to make a military confederation. They need to make an economic bloc. Okay, they need to make a commonwealth, for that matter. Okay, then they need
So
to
you do
come
believe in
up
that?
with to defend each other politically, militarily, economically, strategically. Okay, because Israel and Iran will not be their partners. They're not options. They are not options. Three entities I always say are not options as allies: the Zionists, the Hindutva, and the Rafida. All three ideologies are by
And
default.
but you mentioned two. You mentioned two political and one religious. So why not just say
Sorry?
the Iranians? I mean, because you mentioned two
It could be.
political.
It could be Iraq tomorrow.
The,
It could
you
be
mean the
Iraq
Iranian government?
tomorrow. It could. Today is Iran representing this this ideology that wants to destroy the Muslims in the Middle East and take their land and impose their religion on them. I want to play a clip of Hassan al-Ayari where he's openly saying.
But before you do that,
Ayari,
I'm actually going. I need to pray and go to sleep because I'm really tired. And I'm so sorry for this to say that. But it's been 5 hours, I think. You know.
The last thing I want to do before we go, the last thing I want to do is just just put up my tweets, please. Just the last thing, and then we will end the stream there. On that note, those tweets that we were about to read, they are very not this one, not this one. The screenshots, please. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
There are clips of Iranian generals I had. Not this one, please take it down. Not this guy.
Oh my God!
Waste of time.
Admin. By the way, Adnan ran away from debating this guy. Okay.
Okay.
This,
my tweets. The tweets.
He ran away. So.
Yeah.
He can only yap on Twitter. He can't debate anyone. Even the Shia, even the Rafida, he never debates them.
Okay, hijab, I'm saying here, contrary to what Daniel Hakikaju is claiming, everyone please keep the innocent people of Iran in your du'as.
That's good.
They are not guilty.
You want Israel, you want them to destroy each other.
Their sectarian leadership may have committed. Next tweet, please.
You want them to destroy each other.
It's actually good you're showing this, Adnan. I'm glad you're showing this. Yeah.
Okay. Now, the tweet tweet, hijab, we condemn all attacks on innocent civilians in Iran and the Middle East. Our sympathies are with the innocent victims of this brutal conflict between two criminal entities. May Allah punish these criminals and protect the innocent. Ameen. Justice for Gaza and Syria served. That's what I'm saying. Okay, next one. This is what Daniel Hakikaju doesn't want people to know.
So this is incoherent. This is talking out both sides of your mouth.
I'm saying absolutely not.
He wants Iran and Israel to destroy each other.
People, yeah? Oh, are you happy?
He wants Iran and Israel to destroy each other, but he cares about the innocence of Iran. So that means he cares about the innocence of Israel too, then, I guess. Because he's neutral. He wants them to destroy each other. So how can you care about the innocence of Iran? This is incoherent. So he just talks out of both sides of his mouth, this hypocrite.
Yeah.
As for the innocent common people of Iran, our hearts go out to them. They may be paying for the double policies of the mullahs. Mullahs have been chanting death to Israel, but it seems by Israel they mean the innocent Muslims of Iraq, Syria, and Yemen. And then, of course, the Gulf region, Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar and all those countries now, recently. Okay.
But he doesn't want peace. He wants Iran to be destroyed.
Then there is another tweet about the UAE and the Sudan and all that. You can put that up as well. Where I mentioned countries who have committed crimes against.
That's all right. I mean, we've gone through.
Why do I condemn atrocities in Sudan in general terms? Sudan is now a chessboard for many global powers. UAE, Turkey, Iran, and Egypt are all involved in conflict. All factions are supplying weapons and technology to their puppets. I condemn anyone doing genocide. I don't care who it is. Anyone committing a genocide in Sudan is guilty to me, whoever it is. I absolutely condemn all killers, all innocent people.
I'm glad that you've
all culprits of all genocides in all places at all times.
Whoever, we don't know who it is, but whoever commits a crime, I condemn it.
He knows about this.
So I think, you know what, I'm glad that you've said this. I'm happy that you've done that because it shows more balance. And that's what we want. We want unity, we want balance. And I'm sure you're the same, bro, because like you work with Diobandis, you work with Sufis, you work with people from different racial backgrounds, from different ethnic backgrounds. I've always known you as a person who does that. That's why a lot of people were surprised at the sort of trajectory. But I think it's just Twitter. Honestly, I think people need to know Adnan Rashid is a different person to the work he is in Twitter. He's a different guy. And that's why I genuinely advise myself and you to put strict sort of deadlines on Twitter, and only check it like maybe 20 minutes a day maximum. Your quality of life will really improve, by the way, and your public
Free Muhammad
perception will be
Hijab.
better, and your quality of life will improve. You'll be more psychologically stable. I believe that, and I felt like that. I don't know about you, but every time I go on Twitter, I don't like it. It's a really negative experience. I don't like it. I mean, it's toxic. It's horrible. It's better to, you've got so many books in your library. Just pick up one of those books and read it.
Yeah, agreed.
You get so much more out of it.
Living to accuse people of all sorts of evil things. Complete lying. He said it to your face here, sitting on this very platform, that myself and Fareed did not condemn the killing of innocent Iranian people.
Well, it's a good thing I corrected him there on that
side of Sudan. The guy is a liar. Okay, and look, he's not important in this, but I want people to know.
Right, but Adnan, like I said before, you've also called him a 12 Shia with minimal evidence. Even Fareed told you not to do that.
But he loves them so much. Why is that a problem?
Well, I mean, if
you love the Hindus so much, you must be a Hindu.
You don't want to descend.
You must be a Hindu, Rajid.
Start thinking, okay, is he losing his
Uncle
integrity
Rajid?
now? Is he saying things that aren't academic? Is he going overboard? Is he just responding out of impulse? Is he doing something that doesn't befit a man of his age, or doesn't befit a man of his seniority or caliber? And that's what Twitter does. It makes you like deprecate yourself, essentially.
Did you feel that today? I mean, we had an academic conversation.
Not this, like I said, when we talk, you're not like that at all. On Twitter, you're a different human being. So I really hope that I really think that if you move away from Twitter and just people need to see you talk. You're a charismatic talker. Speak.
Just watch clips coming tomorrow.
Oh my
all
goodness!
Sorts of evil claims about you.
Listen, you're a charismatic coin collector.
I'm a charismatic coin collector who cannot read the Quran by even Juz Amari. I've memorized it.
Go on, give us a bit of recitation now.
Yeah.
Go on, give us a bit of your recitation. Bismillah, go
ahead. You really want them to clip it and then start claiming that I'm not a Qari. I'm not a Qari. I've never claimed to be a Qari.
You have like a bit of a Quran competition face-off.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم عما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا وجعلنا نومكم سباتا وجعلنا الليل لباسا وجعلنا النهار معاشا وبنينا فوقكم سبعا شدادا وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا.
MashaAllah. It's good. Wallah, it's not. It's good, MashaAllah. By the way, Daniel's got a good one as well. He sent me one today. Should we put it up?
What's that?
Daniel, good. It's good. MashaAllah, it's nothing there. Look, Daniel's got a nice one. Look.
MashaAllah. May Allah.
Look, this is what we want: competition in what do you call it?
I need to act on it. I mean, Ya Rab. Look,
I think that you had a good one.
The point is, there was this situation that was created by him. He turns a normal conversation into a hostile exchange of name calling.
Let's hear Daniel's one as well, because look, you guys both challenged each other, so let's hear it. 1 second.
Now you be the judge.
Now, I'm not going to be the judge, but the public can be. But that wasn't bad.
Look, Hijab, there's a problem. He was laughing at what you said, that, oh, Hijab, you mocked Adnan for not being able to read Juz Amma, even looking at the Mus'haf. I've memorized the Juz, alhamdulillah, and inshallah more. May Allah reward everyone who memorizes the Quran. Okay,
wait. Let's hear Daniel's one first. Let's hear this one.
Others,
Daniel's got a good one as well, mashallah. I was quite surprised with his one. Let's hear it.
Read the first surah of Juz Amma. Yeah.
Wait one second, listen.
You really have to. So,
or it's not playing.
Time for Salah.
It's not playing.
We can't hear Hijab. We can't.
Can you not hear it? Both of you can read it, mashallah. Both of you have got good voices, very nice, very soothing. And you know what? Let's say this. If you guys want to compete on something, you might as well compete on the Quran. Yeah. Next one is just Tabarak. That's the next week. Inshallah. Instead of all these insults, we'll do a Quran competition.
No, why don't we start with the first juz, Surah Baqarah onwards, inshallah.
Whatever you want.
Oh my God.
Okay, that's,
you can't even read.
If you guys want to have a competition,
the first verses.
You know, there's a famous hadith.
I don't want anything to do with this guy. Absolutely not.
Then don't talk about him. Don't talk about him, and then he won't talk about you.
He's obsessed with me. He's putting up.
You guys are both obsessed with each other. You guys are.
No, I've recently Hijab. I've recently tweeted. I'm done with him. I don't want anything to do with him. He's not leaving me alone. He's crying and posting and posting. And I don't know what's wrong with the guy. Allah guide him.
I think you do, because you're the same. You do the same when you go on Twitter.
Sorry?
And I'm the same sometimes as well. Can you hear it now?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم عما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا
He's got a very nice voice, actually.
وخلقناكم أزواجا وجعلنا نومكم
This guy, mashallah, he's praised him. Now, listen, clip that. Mashallah, pause it. See, look, that's a nice place to end, isn't it? He said, mashallah. He said, praise Daniel Haqiqat there, didn't he?
What he should do, instead of shilling for genocidal sectarian mullah regime.
No. You said, mashallah. You said something nice.
I'm about to say something. Instead of shilling, I mean, he accuses me of shilling for Gulf regimes. I've never done that in my life. Never.
Never.
You will not
we just saw it. We just saw it.
You will not find the statement from me about any government. Okay. The issue is now he has been doing it. So instead of doing that, he should read Quran for us. Just go on Twitter, post a video every day of you reading the Quran. We will all love it, and make dua for you. That's it. Inshallah.
I'll make dua for both of you, and may Allah make you go reconcile. It'll be a very beautiful reconciliation. I love to see reconciliation between you two guys. And even if you agree to disagree, just like we have today, we've agreed to disagree, but the love is always going to be there. The respect is always going to be there. And inshallah, people, when they hear you speak, is so much better than seeing you write and type on Twitter. I can assure you of that. And I think everyone who loves you and has your best interest will tell you the same thing, bro.
Ameen, Ya Rab, Jazakumullah khair. And Hijab, on a positive note, it was a very long stream, subhanallah, 5.5 hours. I planned to sit here for 2 hours, maybe max, but subhanallah. And everyone listening right now, please do not hold our views against us. Our views are based upon our readings, our convictions, our personal research, which can be improved. We continue to learn, we continue to change our views based upon our knowledge as it grows. Okay, we will never be ultimately knowledgeable. We will always continue to learn. We can always change our views upon seeing the evidence. Okay, when you see a very strong stance from someone like me or from Muhammad Hijab, always consider the positive side, that they may have reasons. They may have some explanation. They may have something that they believe in. That's why they are taking such a strong stance. Stop assuming the worst about brothers. Inshallah, we look forward to more interactions in the future. We can do these more brotherly interactions. I'm always open to them, and may Allah accept from us. Please, if anyone listening right now, you happen to be Shia, please do not take it the wrong way. Okay, you must understand.
Think you're
we
a
have
kafir.
certain beliefs. We want to
And
hold them dear
I
to
prefer
us.
Hindus and Jews over
Nothing personal
you.
against you. I don't
I want
you
Israel to
dead.
destroy
I don't
your
want
country.
You dying. I don't want you tortured. And likewise, you shouldn't want this for any Sunni in Syria, Iraq, Lebanon. Don't cheer for it. Don't defend your governments if they're doing it. Don't ever do that. We shouldn't defend our governments if they're doing crimes. You shouldn't defend your. Always stand for the haqq and continue to read. Continue to look into the claims. There are 2 billion Muslims from Morocco to Indonesia.
Oh my God.
They are Ahl Sunnah. They have scholars.
Dude.
They have studied your books. They have studied your sources, your arguments, and they still choose to be what they are. Okay, and possibly likewise on your side. Continue this research. No hostility, no hatred, just invitation, a friendly, brotherly invitation to all the Shia people listening out there to consider our positions more carefully, and inshallah make dua to Allah that Allah guides us and you. Ameen. Hijab, over to you. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
That is the end. We can watch Hera next, some Age of Empires. We can watch some Age of Empire streams. Okay. So, alhamdulillah, we got through that torture session, and it's just shocking, like, the inconsistency, the lying, like, it's unbelievable, like, and I could see that hijab was just beaten into submission by this guy's nonsense. Like, you could see it on his face, just worn down. And that's how I felt after 7 hours of streaming with him, because he's so rude. He just interrupts you, constantly interrupts. And then when you try to get a word in over him, he accuses you of interrupting and he accuses you of being rude. Right? So it's so annoying to try to talk with this guy. And I mean, he doesn't know how to have a civil conversation. He's just used to like shouting in the park, like an old boomer shouting in the park. So anyway, this must have been like extremely painful for hijab. It was extremely painful for the rest of us trying to hear this guy make sense. Like 2 or 3 hours. Did you understand at any point? So are all the Shia kafir, mushrik, or not? Because you have tweets calling them all mushrik, but then you say, no, I need to give my tafsir of my tweets. And then you give the tafsir and you basically say, yeah, they're all kafir. Yeah, they're all mushrik. So what was the tafsir? What was the explanation? Anyway, full of incoherence. I'm not going to give you a summary of it because it's just so much nonsense. The point about him praying, I pray for the innocence of Iran. What does that mean? You said that Israel and Iran, you want them to destroy each other. What does that mean? What does that mean? If Israel destroys Iran, what is going to happen to the innocence of Iran? And then if you want to say that, and then people are like, oh no, he just means the governments. He wants the Iranian and the Israeli governments to destroy each other. Okay, so the Israelis are innocent then. The Israelis are innocent and the Iranians are innocent. The populations? Are you making equivalence there? In what world can you make an equivalence between Iran and Israel? And hijab pushed him on that. Okay, who do you want to win? Who do you want to win? And he refused to answer. He refused to answer such a simple question. He said, he made all this nonsense. He dodged it. Anyway, so this is why, like with Wahhabis, and specifically Rajit, like he is not honest. He's not consistent. Like his dishonesty lies in the inconsistency. So when I point out that, hey, you want Iran to be destroyed and the people of Iran to be destroyed, you're mass takfiring them. Okay, they say no. You can't take that by the posts, the tweets, the implications of our tweets. You have to listen to how I explain it. Okay, and then he sits with hijab and he tries to explain it. It's this word salad. It's this gobbledygook. No one understands it. Even the Wahhabis in the chat were confused. Even the Wahhabis in the chat are not understanding what he's saying. And so that makes me a liar. That makes me a liar because you are equivocating, because you speak in an ambiguous way so that you always have plausible deniability. So you always can say, oh, no, that's not my actual position. Yeah, you're a slippery snake. Like you're a slippery worm. You don't want anyone to pin you on your crazy positions, your deviant positions, your pro-genocide positions. This is Hasbara, basically. This is exactly what the Zionists do as well. And people were pointing that in the chat. There's like a lot of similarity between the way that Adnan pushes out his word salad and his ambiguity, his equivocation, and the way that Zionists do it. So anyway, you judge for yourself. I think, you know, you can just look at the chat, look at how people are reacting, look at how Wahhabis are going to have a field day tearing into Adnan for his nonsense because he was contradicting some of their positions. He couldn't even condemn the Nejdi massacres. All he could say is, oh, but do you condemn the Ottomans? Like, okay, yeah, hijab condemned the Ottomans. Yeah, I condemn the Ottomans. Any crime that the Ottomans have done, I condemn them. Right? But then, okay, so now you reciprocate, Adnan, and he just says the same thing over and over again, 1,000 times. But do you condemn the Ottomans? Like, this is a joke. He is a clown. And yeah, everything, just trust me, bro. We have to, oh, Iran has killed all these Muslims. Okay, then what about the UAE in Sudan? What about UAE and Saudi in Yemen? 300,000 Yemenis killed, starved to death because of the GCC blockade, starting from 2015, 2017. Like, he has nothing to say about that. He has no condemnation. So everyone can see the inconsistency. Everyone can see the inconsistency of not condemning the UAE for the Abraham Accords. And his response is, no, I condemn all crimes. He won't specifically say, I condemn the UAE for backing genocide in Sudan, for backing the Abraham Accords and allying with Israel. I condemn Saudi Arabia for starving to death 300,000 Yemenis. He'll never make a concrete condemnation like that against those countries, but he will against Iran. This is hypocrisy. This is a double standard. He has to be called out continuously for this. And it's the same problem with all these Wahhabis. Same thing with Uthman bin Dubai, Uthman bin UAE. All these clowns. Fareed, the Hindu temple apologist, okay, who's so peaceful, by the way. He's so peaceful. And I've played many times the clips where he's calling for Allah to break my neck and break my back. Anyway, these people they're finished, you know. We have to keep highlighting these inconsistencies, this hypocrisy, this carrying water for Hindus and Zionists and Jews. Like, we have to keep humiliating these Wahhabis. Anyway, there are a lot of super chats, and I'm like really tired, so I need to like quit this stream. There are like 70 super chats, so should I go through some of them? Like, let me just, and there's no filter either, so I want to just maybe look at some of the top super chats. I showed some of them during the stream. Your commentary was great. I hope you enjoyed it. Some of you guys in the chat really made me laugh out loud with your commentary, so I appreciate that. Let me see if I can pull this up. Moonbag says, we need to wake up. The GCC monarchs are from Nejd, and all 4 family tribes are from Nejd. Had huge problems with our Prophet ﷺ. Wake up. He told us about Nejd. True. Jab is making an Egyptian dish. Someone's like, calm the racism in your chat. I don't know what the racism was, okay? When people are making fun of Rajit, it's not because of his ethnic background. It's because he's constantly advocating for Hindu-Muslim unity. He says, oh, the Hindus, they don't have a problem with Islam, unlike those dirty Shia. Like he's constantly lying, like doing propaganda for Hindus for some reason, saying that, oh, did you see that part? Like Daniel's lies. Daniel says that I called the jizya impractical. No, I just said that when Aurangzeb implemented the jizya, it's impractical. Okay? Like this is so dumb. Anyway. Oh, Jazakallah khair, bro, Trader SZ for the big super chat. Wani Khawar, thank you for your super chat. Dr. Israr Ahmed called out the Gulf states for being immoral and not fighting for Muslims in the 90s when they're not even cozy with Israel. I wonder what he would think of these Wahhabis now. Yeah, I mean, any of these scholars, past or present, like contemporary or from the past. Dawa Trucker says it's so hypocritical that Adnan dared to speak about the peace treaty the Prophet ﷺ made with the Jews in times of peace. The Abraham Accords are being done in the middle of a bloody genocide. Yeah, I mean, this is something that's obvious that the Wahhabis want to lie about and confuse people about. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think Hijab ultimately did a good job. He really caught Adnan in a lot of contradictions. He pinned him in a lot of places. He pinned Adnan's lies about Kol Bunzel. He caught Adnan in his lies about the Wahhabis never making takfir of the Ottomans, which they did. That's a fact. It's a historical fact. So Tick Barnesville, thank you for your big super chat. Given this Wahhabi madness, do you think that the hadith that talks about the army that will march toward the Mahdi and be swallowed be Gulf state armies? It's starting to seem like that. Allahu alam, you know, Allahu alam what that hadith is referring to, but you know, Allah, who knows? Allah knows. Wahhabis are at the forefront and have been at the forefront of legitimizing illegitimate rulers, says Zili Subhan. Thank you, bro, for your super chat. Appreciate it. Ahmed says, how to be a neo-Salafist Wahhabi. Takfir who you consider weak. Do not touch the others. These hypocrites would takfir Abu Hanifa if they could. Many of them do. Many of the Wahhabis do takfir Abu Hanifa. And they have historically. Like, that's a fact. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, we want hours of our time back. Yeah, that's true. I mean, listening to him, I was laughing out loud when Hijab was saying, oh, when you speak, it's so much more eloquent than when you write. I was like, no, actually, it's like giving me a headache to hear him speak. And Hijab's face, you know, says it all. Anyway, after five hours of that nonsense. Okay, guys, I appreciate everyone tuning in to this watch party. Hope you enjoyed it. We're probably going to have a lot of clips. Go and follow Halal Zoomer, follow Mufti Cheesecake, follow Muslim Boogeyman on X, on Twitter. I'll retweet their clips as well. And it's going to, I'm excited to see the clips, actually. I think there's a lot of material that can be clipped from all this. And I think the Wahhabis are going to have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of damage control from this stream, from this disaster. We didn't even talk about his attempts to read Arabic. Like, he's saying things that are, like, like he was saying words that are completely, like he was saying fee him when there's no fa, like when there, it's like a completely different word. So I don't think he can actually read Arabic. So, anyway, that's a lot of clips that can come from that. Anyway, appreciate all you guys. We'll see you on the next stream, maybe this week. I haven't decided yet, but if not, then early next week we'll have another Hayrat show, and there'll be more content, a lot more shorts. So I'll see you on the next show. Don't forget to subscribe to the newsletter. to stay up to date. It goes out every week. So the link to sign up is in the description. Thank you for everyone who contributed a super chat. Sorry if I didn't get to read it. There were just too many. And really appreciate that because we're not monetized or we don't take ad money from YouTube, as you guys know. So your support through the super chat helps the channel. Jazakallah khair. And we will see you on the next one. Bi-idhnillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.